draw guys too. Nelson's been really good all year. The addition of Landeskog. We get Nick Wall, who can take him on the right side, playing on the Kadri line, and Landy and Kadri on the left. So I think we have some good options in there. They'll go to school on that. Like the face-offs are cut in our room, and they'll pick up some tendencies, and hopefully we improve that number as the series goes on, because it certainly helped to start with the puck a little bit more, especially on the offensive side of things. But that's all you can do is put in the work, study some tendencies, and keep trying some different things to see what works against some of these guys. But that'll be an interesting sort of stat line to follow as the series goes on.
Scott Wedgwood, 0s and 1s as far as goals allowed his last 5 games. No reason to go away from him at this point, correct?
I agree with that. Yeah, so he'll get the start again tonight.
Any other lineup changes for your group?
No, everything else will be the same.
Everybody ropes, everybody rides. Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Head coach of your Colorado Avalanche, Jared Bednar. Avs and Kings, Game 2 coming up. Back to you.
All right, gentlemen, thank you much. Let's take a look at the injury report brought to you by Ramos Law. Car accident, you need Ramos Law. Medical doctor and attorney, visit ramoslaw.com. On the Avs injury report tonight is no one. They are healthy. That is your injury report brought to you by Ramos Law. Car accident, you need Ramos Law. Medical doctor and attorney, visit ramoslaw.com. We will roll on with your Avalanche pregame show brought to you by Ramos Law after a break right here on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
This is your Colorado Avalanche pregame show on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
This song doesn't have a name, but if it did, it'd probably be something about togetherness, because it's a collaboration, not between pop stars and producers, but between music therapists and kids. Music therapy is a treatment that doesn't involve medication or needles, and it's been proven to help children manage pain and contribute to faster healing. So it shouldn't surprise you, it's our favorite song. And just one way we partner with you for a life well lived. Intermountain Health, the power of we.
Discover incredible savings at the Mountain High Appliance Clearance Center in Denver. I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. Our clearance center offers a huge selection of ranges, refrigerators, laundry, and more. Save up to 60% on open box, scratch and dent, display models, and overstocked appliances from Bosch, Thermador, KitchenAid, and many more. When you're looking for great deals on appliances, our clearance center is your go-to destination for the best prices and selection.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
Your business doesn't stop, and neither does Ford. Right now at Phil Long Ford of Denver's Commercial Vehicle Center, pre-order your 2027 Transit, Super Duty, or Expedition today and secure the latest in built Ford tough technology and capability. Or if you need your vehicle right now, save on our remaining 25 and 26 models in stock ready for immediate delivery. For America's best-selling commercial vehicles from the best dealer, come visit us at Phil Long Ford of Denver's Commercial Vehicle Center on Wadsworth, just south of Hamden, or online anytime at phillongdenver.com.
I've never put much stock in astrology, but with the new multiplier scratch, the stars are aligned for some pretty big prizes. Because no matter your moon sign or what Mercury's up to, your win can get multiplied up to 200 times with prizes up to $1 million, which could steer your life into a very interesting new phase. New multiplier scratch from the Colorado Lottery. Multiply your win up to 200 times. Must be 18 to play.
The only thing better than a cold, crisp, crushable beer? One that's certified carbon neutral, baby. Meet Mountain Time, the beer that makes it easy to look good, feel good, and do good for the planet. That's what we in the biz call a win-win-win. Plus, it's made by New Belgium, right here in our backyard. So I guess that's a win-win-win-win. So cheers to that. Mountain Time Lager, a proud partner of the Colorado Avalanche, and people who like to win-win-win-win while drinking a cold one.
You know you can't watch all your favorite sports without a beer and a brat. Hi, it's Francisco from Rhine House on 14th and Market. Denver sports fans catch all the football, hockey, and basketball at Rhine House. All the action is on 30 big screen TVs. Enjoy House League German brats, house-made pretzels, and dozens of beers from local breweries and all the best German brewers. Rhine House is your home for the home teams. Rhine House, before, during, and after the games at 14th and Market near Ball Arena. Let's go.
This is your Colorado Avalanche pregame show on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Tonight's Avalanche game is brought to you by Intermountain Healthcare, helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Welcome back as we play Game 2 between the Colorado Avalanche and the LA Kings in this first round series. Before we do anything else, let's pause for station identification, brought to you by Burke Simpson on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Seguin lost it to Scheifele. Scheifele with 2-on-1. Scheifele scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
All right, let me tell you what's going on in the world of sports, and we will start in the NHL. Well, let me tell you what the Avs schedule is looking like coming up. So, Game 2, obviously, tonight. Game 3 will be on Thursday, so each team will have one extra day off as they make the trip to California. So, Thursday night, Kings and Avs in Game 3. Sunday afternoon is Game 4 in LA. If we need a Game 5, it's back here in Denver next Wednesday. It'll go Wednesday, Friday, Sunday if we need a Game 5, 6, and 7, with that Game 6 being back in LA if needed. So that's what the upcoming schedule looks like for your Avalanche. Let me tell you what's going on in the NHL tonight. There are 3 other Stanley Cup playoff games. They are all underway. We will start with the Boston Bruins and the Buffalo Sabres. Now, the first game between these two was crazy, was absolutely wild, and Buffalo lost its mind with that crazy comeback in the third period to beat the Sabres. They scored those 3 quick goals, got the 4-3 win. They took a 1-game-to-none series lead, and everybody in Buffalo is super stoked. And then tonight, the Bruins have scored all the goals, including this one.
Pasternak keeps it loose for Geekie coming toward the red line. He'll backhand a floater. That goes in! Are you kidding me? Geekie with a backhand floater toward Luukkonen. It bounced through him, and the Bruins get a gift. They're up 2-0.
Oh, just the craziest Stanley Cup playoff goal I've seen in a while. Geekie, he's just throwing the puck in. Backhands it from beyond center ice. It goes up pretty high. As Connor was trying to explain, that he thinks that maybe Pekka Luukkonen had lost the puck when it bounced high, but it bounces right in front of him and just gets right past him and into the back of the net. Oh no. And then it seems that goal, that freaky goal right there, it seems to have messed with Buffalo because they have not been right since, and the Sabres keep scoring. Buffalo has put 2 more on them since that goal, or 1 more on them since that goal. They've scored 3 in the third. It is a 4-0. Oh, no, sorry. They scored 3 in the second. They scored a goal 16 seconds into the third as Arvidsson gets his second of the game, and it is a 4-0 Bruins lead with 13:46 to go in the game, and they're on the power play. Yeah, things are not going well for the Sabres in that one. Just one of the weirdest goals you've seen. The Montreal Canadiens are taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning in Tampa tonight. Now, the Lightning have a 1-game-to-none series lead after Montreal got an overtime win against Tampa in Game 1. Montreal won that thing 4-3. Slavkovsky with the hat trick, and the overtime winner. As you heard me and Connor talk about, Slavkovsky took a Hagel fist to the face in this one as those two dropped the gloves, and this thing is coming down to it. Here is a goal from that game.
Puck rolls over to Lilleberg. Outside of the net, centered, scores! Josh Anderson finds some daylight in front of the net, and the Montreal Canadiens have pulled in front 2-1 with a late strike in period number 2.
All right, thanks to the Lightning Radio Network. It is tied 2-2 right now with 3:25 to go in the game. This thing might go into overtime. Again, it's tied because Nikita Kucherov scored his first of the postseason and his first playoff goal since 2023. He's been cold, man, and to tie the thing up. So Hagel made it 1-0 early in the first period. Then Montreal responded with 2 of their own to take a 2-1 lead, and then Kucherov has tied it up. And it is now late in the third, and they are tied 2-2 between those two teams. There is almost exactly 3 minutes to go in regulation. So, yeah, we might get another overtime in that one. The Utah Mammoth and the Vegas Golden Knights are playing in Vegas. Vegas has a 1-game-to-none series lead. They won on Sunday. They beat the Mammoth 4-2 in that one. And so here we are again tonight. And they are, well, let's see, how far are they? They played 6 minutes of the first period. It's scoreless so far. It is knotted up in zeros as they are just underway. I thought maybe things might get chippy early because things were chippy late in the first game, but so far, nothing just yet, and we've got scoreless hockey between those two teams. We will continue with your pregame show sponsored by Ramos Law after a quick timeout right here on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
This is your Colorado Avalanche pregame show on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
From the street, your home siding is about style. From close up, it's about protection. Especially in Colorado, where wildfire risk is part of the conversation. At Bellwether Windows, Siding and Doors, we install siding as part of a complete system built to help resist fire, manage heat, and protect what's inside. Your home will look incredible, but more importantly, it will be ready for anything Colorado can dish out. Bellwether Windows, Siding and Doors, transforming how your home looks, feels, and performs. Visit bellwetherhomes.com.
Style and substance. That's GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Well-qualified lessees get a 24-month ultra-low mileage lease for around $349 per month with $49.89 due at signing on a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation Crew Cab with a 5.3-liter V8 engine. See your Colorado GMC dealers. Tax, title, license, dealer fees extra. No security deposit required. Your payments may vary. Mileage charge of 25 cents per mile over 20,000 miles at participating dealers only. Visit GMCOfferInfo.com for details.
Spring is in the air at Century Casino Central City. Join us every weekend and show me the bunny. Win $100 free play 3 times per hour in our progressive drawings. Join us on Fridays and earn a gift of the week. Spring is the theme. Take I-70 to exit 243 Central City Parkway. Century Casino Central City. Welcome to the winner's zone. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
When your project demands safety, reliability, and skilled craftsmanship, hire a contractor backed by IBEW Local 68. Our electricians complete over 10,000 hours of training, deliver industry-leading safety performance, and bring the expertise needed for commercial, industrial, and renewable energy projects across Colorado. Build with confidence, build with the best. Find a union electrical contractor at IBEW68.com/contractors. IBEW Local 68, powering Colorado's future.
If you could design healthcare from scratch, you want to build a system where doctors, pharmacists, and insurers don't work together, don't talk to each other, and don't even share records. You'd imagine something better, where everyone worked together on the same team, and your next doctor visit isn't across town, but often right down the hall. What if a place like this already existed? At Kaiser Permanente, all of your healthcare comes together to keep you healthier and make life easier. Kaiser Permanente, a better idea for healthcare.
Rep the A. Anxious will steal it away to his left, and Nathan McKinnon down the boards into the circle. McKinnon at the hash marks up top for Taves. Manson available. Manson lets it go. Thrown in front, tucked in by McKinnon. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
And stop by the Altitude Authentics team store at Ball Arena for official Avalanche gear and accessories. Or shop online anytime at AltitudeAuthentics.com for the latest styles all season long.
This is your Colorado Avalanche pregame show on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Tonight's Avalanche game is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. With Kaiser Permanente, specialists, pharmacists, and more are under one roof. Kaiser Permanente, a better idea for healthcare. Welcome back as we wrap up your Colorado Avalanche pregame show, brought to you by Ramos Law as we get set for Game 2 of this first round series. As I mentioned, in the history of the Stanley Cup playoffs, Team that goes up 2-0 in a first-round series goes on to win that series 86% of the time. And a team that goes up 2-0 with home ice advantage in a first-round series goes on to win that series almost 90% of the time. So it's a fairly pivotal game tonight between these two teams. And let me tell you why. As we
comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup playoffs are better on the NHL app.
Discover incredible savings at the Mountain High Appliance Clearance Center in Denver. I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. Our clearance center offers a huge selection of ranges, refrigerators, laundry, and more. Save up to 60% on open box, scratch and dent, display models, and overstocked appliances from Bosch, Thermador, KitchenAid, and many more. When you're looking for great deals on appliances, our clearance center is your go-to destination for the best prices and selection.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you. Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. I've been scouting these big carriers for a minute now, and I've seen them pull the same play 1,000 times. They promise you the world, then hit you with a price hike right when the game gets tight. But Boost Mobile, their $25 a month unlimited wireless plan is the most consistent player on the floor. No contracts, no price hikes. Unlock the savings today at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line payment of $18. Verizon and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months of the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Goggins from the Restorative Dentistry Group. Is your dental condition holding you back from life? My team of specialists and I are ready to help. At the Restorative Dentistry Group, we specialize in everything from implants to crowns, veneers to dentures. Whatever your dental problem, we can help. We have 6 convenient locations across the Front Range. Book your complimentary consultation now at denversmileagain.com. That's denversmileagain.com, and get the smile you deserve.
The Altitude Sports Radio Network welcomes you to award-winning coverage of Colorado Avalanche hockey. After a Game 1 grinder, the Avs seek a 2-0 advantage on LA.
Yo, check this out.
It would be the first such lead in a series since the 2022 Stanley Cup run. So let's open up the fountain.
That's pouring like an avalanche. That's coming down the mountain.
And let's go Avs.
O'Connor, he's gone! Oh, she's playing, baby! Teammate Forsberg, rebound, score! McKinnon with speed, holds, shoots, he scores! The Mac attack is back, Jack!
It's the Avalanche and Kings. Game 2, now. From Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado, here's the voice of the Avalanche, Connor McGahey.
These are the games where hockey is extra fun.
On the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Greetings, programs, and welcome a mile above sea level. I'm Connor McGahey, and these are the Stanley Cup playoffs. 2 nights ago, Colorado claimed Game 1, 2-1. There's not a lot of room in the Stanley Cup playoffs, but there's plenty of hits and animosity. In the first game, the Kings and Avalanche combined for a season high in collisions for Colorado. Ice baths and ice packs abound, healing those bumps and bruises to do it all over again tonight and for the rest of the playoffs. Game 2 will be in a moment, but right now, introductions are ongoing. It is the second line of Brock Nelson, Val Nichushkin, and Parker Kelly starting at forward. On the back end, it is Sam Belinsky and Brett Kulak, who is playing in his 100th career playoff game here tonight. That's the most amongst active defensemen since 2020 when that began. Starting netminder for the Avalanche tonight is Scott Wedgwood. Magnificent in game number 1, 24 saves on 25 LA Kings shots. Every single save at even strength was made. The only goal that LA got was on the power play. Introductions are complete. It's time for the national anthem. Here's tonight's public address announcer, Jimmy Luthi.
If you are able, please stand and join us for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, performed this evening by Amanda Hawkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose his broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Amanda Hawkins with the Star-Spangled Banner. Well, these are the nights that we live for. These are the nights that make the 82-game schedule in the regular season worth it. An opportunity to compete for Lord Stanley. It's round one, game two. So put on your listening sweaters for the Avs and Kings. Force of Nature versus Chess Piece. Live for your listening pleasure around North America and around the world on the Altitude Sports Radio Network. Lot at stake. Teams that take a 2-0 series lead win that series 86% of the time. The percentage for the home team in that scenario even higher. The Avalanche know that. The Kings know that. What differences and similarities will we see in game number 2 as compared to game number 1? It is Quentin Byfield at center ice. The Kings in white, black, and silver going left to right. The Avalanche in burgundy and blue going the opposite direction. Brock Nelson will take the draw for Colorado. It's won by Byfield, and we're underway in game 2 of round 1 here in the West. Kulak back to get it first, avoids a hit from Byfield. You can expect the forecheck from LA to be much more aggressive here in game number 1. The shot from Trevor Moore is deflected into the screen. And the whistle blows just 14 seconds into our hockey game. Tonight's opening puck draw brought to you by Century Casino. Find the hottest slots and electronic table game action at Century Casino and Hotel. 1 mile from Blackhawk in scenic, walkable Central City. Welcome to the winner's zone. Faceoffs were not a friend to the Avalanche in game number 1. Brock Nelson is able to win the second one. Nelson just 31.8% 2 nights ago. Val Nichushkin, he gets it into the King zone. Off the near side boards, Parker Kelly will lay off. Nichushkin off the boards for Devon Taves. He'll sling it deep. Runs all the way around, but all 3 forwards were stuck along the near boards, and that's the free exit for Los Angeles. Brant Clark down the near boards was hacked at by Val Nichushkin, forces the defenseman for LA offside, and we get another whistle. This one 36 seconds into the first period. Avalanche have won 22 of the 35 previous series in which they opened a series with a win. And when they go up 2-0, they've closed out 17 of those series in 21 occasions. Neutral zone draw this time for Nathan MacKinnon out there with Arturi Lehkonen and Marty Necas. Byfield is tossed aside for LaFerriere, Chatham, New Jersey native, and MacKinnon wins it cleanly back for Taves. Necas misses the pass from Cale Makar. This is icing waved off as Doughty held up at the last second. Avs throw the body around, but again, it's a free exit for the Kings through neutral ice and finally into Avalanche territory. Byfield far side half wall. He'll sling it behind the net. LaFerriere and Devon Taves battling, rolling puck. Lehkonen swatting at it. Cale Makar trying to poke it loose. Does. Taves tracked down by Byfield. Taves able to get there first. Marty Necas will stick handle free of some pressure. LA will head off, and Necas will head up ice down the left side. Necas all the way through for Burns. Takes a shot. Blocker save made by Anton Forsberg. Necas trying to get it deep. Double teamed. Able to connect with MacKinnon. He threw it out in front for Landeskog. That was blocked. Landeskog will track it down. Left it in the corner. Mikey Anderson, who led the Kings in hits with 8 in game number 1, will hand it off to Drew Doughty. 18:25 and ticking in the first period. Downey will dump it in. Barely onside here for Los Angeles. It hit a body right at the blue line. This is sent in off Lawton. Nas and Kadri will get there first. Fake the backhand clearance and goes forehand to Brent Burns. Pressure coming here from Jared Wright. Burns escapes him and connects with Nicholas Waugh in the neutral zone. Waugh works his way to the red line. Can't get it deep. Gets through Jeff Malott. Now Kadri arrives to assist. Kadri hands it off. Big drive. Slap towards the net. Save made by Forsberg. Rebound collected by Waugh. Right-handed shot. Has it on his forehand. Works behind the net. He's held up. No penalty there. He got bear hugged behind the goal line. Broke up this clearance by Los Angeles. Keeps it deep. And Colorado will change as Cody Ceci goes back to pick it up for LA. Slung ahead. Hit thrown and dug loose as Sam Malinsky lost the stick. Logan O'Connor has to delay a bit so Malinsky can pick up his twig. This all happening in the right corner from the point of view of Scott Wedgwood. Jack Drury off the boards. Kivy Ronta can't settle it down. LA has it back in the neutral zone. Frank Clark, cross-country pass for Artemi Panarin. He lets it go. Blocked by Malinsky. And that will go over the screen and into the seats about row 3 in section 110 if you want very specific information. Now Frank Clark tied up with Logan O'Connor at center ice. LA is going to try and do that tonight. They will try and mix it up as much as possible extracurricularly. Say that 10 times fast. The Avalanche need not get involved. McKinnon back out there for this faceoff. Won the first one. He's going against Andrzej Kopitar, who was 68% in game 1. And is 67% in the season series versus the Avalanche. But he's tossed out. Kempe will come in. And McKinnon wins it cleanly again back from McCarr. Quickly ahead for Necas. Lehkonen there. Necas slows up as McKinnon is held. Penalty coming up on the Los Angeles Kings. An interference minor, and Colorado will get an early power play. 17:05 to go in the first. Here's referee Trevor Hansen.
Los Angeles number 9, minor penalty, interference.
Adams went 0 for 4 in the power play in game number 1. Did have 5 shots in those 4 opportunities. 27th ranked power play during the regular season. LA's PK usually not good. 30th in the regular season. As it stands right now, entering tonight, the best penalty kill in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Power play goal here for Colorado would go a long way. Landeskog, Kadri, McKinnon, Necas, and McCarr is your quintet to start things off for the Avs. Face off left side of the ice, right side of Anton Forsberg. Won cleanly by Gabe Landeskog. Down the boards, hit thrown by him again. And Quentin Byfield, who would push the puck to the Avalanche line, was staying there cherry picking. And now the Kings have control. And they'll slap it in. Wedgwood will leave it for Cale Makar. Byfield trying to hunt him down. And now McKinnon will pick it up. 20 seconds gone in the power play. Across the red line, McKinnon off the boards to himself. McKinnon holds up. McKinnon, a shot short side. He beat Forsberg, but it was wide of the net. Lobbed up top. There's a loose stick. Belongs to the Kings. Here's Kadri holding. Wants to pass back door. Takes the shot. Rebound is there. It's forced wide by Landeskog. Off the wall for Makar. Kings are still down a stick. One-timer from Necas. Trying to go short side. Forsberg makes the save. Good-looking power play. Nothing in yet. LA able to get 4 sticks in the hands of 4 players. Boy, that play by McKinnon. Blazing down the near side. Hit the near dot. Snow went flying. He got a shot away. And again, it beat Forsberg. Blocker side, but it was wide of the net. So that group will stay out there. LA will switch things up. Faceoff will be in the same circle right of Forsberg. 1:17 to go in the power play. 16:21 to go in the first period. Shots very similar to what they were early on in game 1. 4-0 Avalanche. Nathan McKinnon providing the linesman with something he picked up off the ice. Could be a number of things. Face-off from Landeskog and Kopitar. Kopitar wins it. This is where they missed Brock Nelson on power play unit number 1 because he would get out there, and that's his speciality, is to win. It's from Star Wars, people. It's to win the faceoff as Marty Natchez brings it in far circle. The shot is blocked. Kings are down a stick one more time, but they clear it. Anyhow, Brock Nelson would usually win the offensive zone draw on the power play, and the Avalanche could have it set up in the zone. Here's Nathan McKinnon having it across the blue line. Can't get in there as Trevor Moore sends it the other way. Moore playing some of the best hockey I've ever seen him play in his career. Natchez back from McCarr, stick handling along the blue line, hounded by Moore. McCarr escapes around Mikey Anderson below the goal line. Chips it for Natchez, keeps it himself, centering feed, tapped back to him by McCarr. McCarr will go up top. McKinnon will go to the corner. Natchez gives it to McKinnon. Forsberg fell over in the net. Now McKinnon, chopping, stick handling, curls away from LaFerriere. Now in the corner, 17 seconds to go in the power play. Puck is loose, rebound is there. McCarr, his pass goes away from Nazem Kadri, finds its way for Nathan McKinnon. Broken play in front. McKinnon all the way through into the skates of Kadri, who lets it go. He couldn't get it off one time. Anderson slid to break it up. The puck goes out of play with 2 seconds to go in the man advantage for Colorado. Boy, a lot of good things happening, but it's just pure chaos in front. McKinnon had it along the goal line, and parked in front was Marty Natchez. Forsberg to save. And then again, because Kadri couldn't get it on the one-timer, the net was open, but the pass was in his skates, and that extra time allowed Mikey Anderson to slide over and take most of the options away from Kadri. So here is Brock Nelson. With 2 seconds to go, wins the draw as predicted. Back for Devon Taves. Power play is over. Out pops Kempe. Lehkonen with a man in front. It's Brock Nelson. Tip save made by Forsberg. Nelson had 2 of those in game 1 where he was camped out all alone, roasting marshmallows in front of Anton Forsberg and couldn't get it to go. Very similar there. Taves slaps it from Malinsky, near side wall, off the boards. Lehkonen turned it over. Artemi Panarin. Kopitar headed towards the net. Panarin turns back up the wall, hounded by Taves. He gave it away to Malinsky. Now Brock Nelson will get it in space. Underneath for Taves. That doesn't touch his blade. And now the Kings will dump it in one more time. Malinsky up, but not out. Panarin stole it away. One-timer Fandon goes right to Cody Ceci. Shot is blocked. That goes off of Arturi Lehkonen over the glass into the seats. And once again, somebody will go home tonight in the Mile High City with a souvenir frozen vulcanized rubber disc. Tonight's Avalanche game brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. With Kaiser Permanente, specialists, pharmacists, and more are under one roof. Kaiser Permanente, a better idea for healthcare. Draw in the Avalanche zone to the left of Scott Wedgwood. Faceoffs are actually 71% in favor of the Avalanche. Jared Bednar saying that they would watch tape after game 1 on tendencies from the Kings and how they took draws. And it also helps that most of their centermen have been kicked out, including this one, and Scott Lawton. So Yoel Armia will have to come in. And the Avs won it again. Burns plays it off the leg of Lawton. Turns and fires. That's wide of Wedgwood. And now Logan O'Connor will force it to the neutral zone. CC the other way, dropped down by Jack Drury. Underneath for Logan O'Connor. He'll track it down in the corner. Kiviranta tagged up in time. O'Connor trying to one-hand it loose. His pass down low is blocked. Kiviranta spins away from Lawton. Kiviranta behind the net. Backhander, save made. Rebound is in the crease. Nobody can find it. It's a pile of humanity. And LA plays off the boards, but not out. Kept in by Manson once and twice. Slaps it down the wall. Kept it in a third time with a glove. Give him a gold glove at shortstop. Manson behind the net. Backhander, save made by Forsberg. And the Kings have it back, just like in game 1. The only reason it's not 3-0 right now is because of Anton Forsberg. What a shift by the fourth line again, and also by Josh Manson. Kulak back to the neutral zone. Kings get away, and LaFerriere will wind it in right to left. Cale Makar. Trevor Moore spins away from him. Bumped by Nathan McKinnon down to the ice. Nice play by McKinnon. Puck returned to him by Marty Natchez. Kulak across the red line. He'll dump it in wide left of Anton Forsberg. Mikey Anderson off the boards. And it finds its way to LaFerriere. Looked like a high stick from here. It's waved off because the Avalanche, I believe, touched the puck first. Natchez has to control that for a moment. Turned it over to Byfield. There's a chance for more. Save made by Wedgwood, and he knocks the rebound to the wall. Byfield behind the net. Trevor Moore is there. Wrapped up by Natchez. Moore for Byfield in his skates. Able to get it to the far point, Mikey Anderson. He'll wrist it around. Rolling puck near side boards. Now Cale Makar is going to get called for a penalty. And Matthew Joseph, I guess. Not sure what happened, but it's a power play for the Kings when we come back. 12:39 to go in the first. Shots are 10-2 Avalanche. No score in Game 2. You're listening to the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Alex Ryan-Emmy.
Hey, Avs faithful, it's Raj. You're listening to Game 2 action of the Avs and the LA Kings in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. to noon, we've got reaction to this game and how it shifts to California for Game 3, as well as how the Nuggets will respond to a Game 2 loss against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
The Morning Sprint with Coach and Raj. Weekdays 10 to noon. Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
If you could design healthcare from scratch, you want to build a system where doctors, pharmacists, and insurers don't work together, don't talk to each other, and don't even share records. You'd imagine something better, where everyone worked together on the same team, and your next doctor visit isn't across town, but often right down the hall. What if a place like this already existed? At Kaiser Permanente, all of your healthcare comes together to keep you healthier and make life easier. Kaiser Permanente. A better idea for healthcare.
Style and substance. That's GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Well-qualified lessees get a 24-month ultra-low mileage lease for around $349 per month with $49.89 due at signing on a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation Crew Cab with a 5.3-liter V8 engine. See your Colorado GMC dealers. Tax, title, license, dealer fees extra. No security deposit required. Your payments may vary. Mileage charge of 25 cents per mile over 20,000 miles at participating dealers only. Visit GMCOfferInfo.com for details.
You've got the Avalanche on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Avalanche out shooting the Kings 10-2. No score yet. Avs also 0 for 1 on the power play. Joseph was in front of the Avalanche net. He falls over on Cale Makar's stick. It's not exactly a trip on Makar. TJ Luxmore with the decision, and it's not the best decision I've ever seen in my life. So the Kings get a power play. That's how they scored their only goal. I mean, Joseph just fell over with everyone tangled up in front. That is not a penalty that you call in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So here's a test for the Avs PK. Best in the regular season. Kings win the draw. Panarin far circle. Down to the corner, Laferriere. Panarin has it below the goal line. Hounded by Burns. Laferriere trying to get away from Taves. Pass into the skates of Panarin. Back for Laferriere. Below the circle now on top, Panarin. Laferriere turns in front. Save made by Wedgwood. He's pushed into the net, but he keeps the puck out as the crowd gathers in the crease. Nice save by Wedgwood. 20 seconds into the power play. 12:18 to go in the first period. We are scoreless in Game 2. Laferriere got it on the backhand. Turned on a pirouette to get a forehand shot away, and Wedgwood stood tall and was able to make that stop as Laferriere tried to tuck it underneath the glove side. So Jack Drury now for the draw against Anze Kopitar. What can Drury do here? He was 62.5% in Game 1. Kopitar cheats a little bit, wins it for the Kings. Byfield leaves in the corner. Burns reaches to take it away. Slaps it off the wall. That'll go down ice. What a read by Brent Burns. There's a time to make the extra effort and leave your wingman, and that was the time for Burns. Laferriere across the red line, 1:17 to go on the power play. Drury gets a stick to it, one hands it ahead. He had Parker Kelly shorthanded, but he played it safe. I'm okay with that. Adrian Kempe getting the boos of the crowd. He was a villain in game number 1. This is a pass to the near side wall, kept in by Kempe. 5 forwards on this first power play unit now for the Kings as they've taken Clark off and put Adrian Kempe, the Swede, on. Panarin for Kopitar. Kempe working the deep slot, holding. Pass down low, tipped wide of the net on purpose by LA. Forced loose by the Avalanche. Pass to the point, misses. That's the bad part of having a forward working up top, is you don't know where to go at certain times. Kempe in the wrong position, and the Kings clear it for the Colorado Avalanche with 30 seconds to go in Cale Makar's minor. Watton gets it to the red line, keeps it himself across the Avalanche. Big hit thrown by Manson. Look out for the number 42 train. Burns staying with it. Kiviranta applying pressure. Logan O'Connor the same. Moore gets around him. Manson. Moore couldn't take the puck with him. O'Connor to the point, kept in by Drew Doughty. Second unit out there now. Shot tipped, and it's sticked aside by Scott Wedgwood. Burns for Logan O'Connor. Kings cede possession. Out pops Cale Makar. Avs have killed it off. Here's Makar. Shot. He hit the post. Short side. He beat Forsberg and hit the iron. It's a 3-on-2 the other way. Cale Makar gets back. All alone. Moore. Save made by Wedgwood. It's knocked aside, and now there's all kinds of pushing and shoving behind the Avalanche net. Punch thrown by Logan O'Connor. It's absolute fury. Lawton knocks his man down to the ice. He's got Cale Makar in a headlock. And the Kings are bullies right now at Ball Arena. Brant Clark is jawing. I'm not sure what he has to talk about. All the action started with a Josh Manson hit on Lawton in between the circles. Clark got hit by Logan O'Connor and then elbowed O'Connor in the face. And then Lawton got in there and punched. I'm counting at least 2 minors here on Los Angeles, which means there will be none assessed. I don't think they're going to send anybody. Makar had beat Forsberg short side and hit the post and went out. I don't believe it. There are no penalties going to be assessed on that play. Clark, for the second time in 2 games, he elbowed Logan O'Connor in game 1. That went unnoticed. By the way, the high stick will bring this out to the neutral zone. That's where the draw will be. And then Brant Clark did it again on Logan O'Connor. So neutral zone draw, McKinnon, Lehkonen, Natchez, Malinsky, and Kulak. McKinnon against Byfield for the draw. Wins it, Malinsky for Natchez. He's hit by Mikey Anderson. They say that's a legal hit. Natchez is still down on the ice. Boy, that looked high from here. Now Kulak goes after his man. It's getting angry and ugly in a moment. And this is what happens when you don't address things earlier. Natchez is to his skates as everybody else has a dance partner or is part of a pile in and around the net of Anton Forsberg. Malinsky, who doesn't get angry ever, is going after Byfield. Kulak goes off for sure. Natchez appears to be okay. I'm very curious to see where Natchez was hit in neutral ice. Natchez receives the puck. Boy, Anderson with the elbow. That's right in the left cheek. That's right in the chin from Mikey Anderson on Marty Natchez. And that created the reaction down in the King zone, which is where the puck got to after Natchez took that hit in the head. And you can hear what the crowd thinks of TJ Luxmore and Trevor Hansen. So Natchez has it at the red line. Anderson leaves his skates, leads with the elbow, and connects with the left cheek of Marty Natchez. Landeskog and Kopitar are waiting for information. There's a discussion going on between Luxmore, and now there's an incident on the Kings bench. DJ Smith is getting into a verbal interaction with the linesman. Linesmen tonight are Keel Murchison and Travis Toomey. And now Luxmore will go back over to the half circle in between the penalty boxes to have a chat with Toomey and Trevor Hansen. You know, this is the direction the Kings wanted to go. But if this is called properly, it is not good for Mikey Anderson. Here's a call from TJ Luxmore.
Colorado number 27 has a 2-minute minor penalty for roughing and a 2-minute minor penalty for cross-checking. LA number 44 has a 2-minute minor penalty for roughing. It will be 5-on-4.
The fact that the Kings get a power play out of that is absolutely insane and ridiculous. The fact that the initial hit is not punished they're giving Kulak 2 minors out of that whole scrape. Landeskog is getting an explanation from TJ Luxmore, and he is not impressed. So the Kings get back-to-back power plays when they should not. This is at worst matching minors. And again, Anderson started this whole thing with a high hit on Marty Necas. The fracas before with Clark initiating in the elbow, no penalties are given in that. And there's not a whole lot of differences between the two interactions on either side of the ice here at Ball Arena. So a power play again for the Kings. They didn't score in the first one. 10-11 to go in the first period. Shots, they've taken one away from Colorado somehow. They're 9-5 Avalanche. No goals yet here in game number 2. Nelson will take this face-off against the other number 11, Andrzej Kopitar. Kopitar, surprise, surprise, wins it back for Adrian Kempe. Kempe shot. That's deflected wide. Down the Chushkin trying to track it down away from Byfield. Byfield escapes in the corner. There's a broken stick. It belongs to Brock Nelson. How did that help? Nelson. Pressure on Panarin. Now Kempe creeping in. Kempe holds. Back for Panarin along the far boards. Kempe has again. Nelson just good positional situation on Panarin. He tried to thread the needle like he did in game 1 to score. He misses. The net is kept in by the Kings. Panarin down low. Byfield's pass is off a body once and twice. Down the Chushkin and Brock Nelson have their sticks broken, and they go to the benches for new twigs, but the Kings keep it alive. Wide open net. They miss glove side on Wedgwood. Rolling puck finds its way to Kempe. Avs had 2 sticks broken at about the same spot. The pass across the zone hits the blade. This is in front of the back of Brent Burns. Logan O'Connor trying to clear. Falls right for Burns. And he'll clap it for a shot on goal on Anton Forsberg with a minute to go in the Kings power play. Avs avoided some danger, but there was not really a lane to shoot for the Kings. They tried twice anyhow. Cale Makar for Taves. Back for Makar. Up the far boards. It hit a stanchion. Falls for Jack Drury. Turns and gets it to Parker Kelly. Short-handed. Parker Kelly lets it go. Doesn't miss by much. Parker Kelly, one of 2 short-handed goals for the Avalanche in the regular season. Manson cleans into Clark. Clark hands it off for Trevor Moore. Back to the point and Scott Lawton returns it to Moore. Bottom of the circle. 28 seconds to go. Lawton up top for Drew Doughty. Doesn't take the shot. Panarin does. Off a body into the screen, and the whistle blows with 22 seconds to go in the Kings' man advantage. Burns blocked that last one with his back. And then he combined with Logan O'Connor to clear it down ice. Short-handed opportunity for Parker Kelly. Didn't miss by much to outside on Forsberg. So Makar, Nelson, Taves, and Val Nichushkin are out there to kill off the remaining 22 seconds. Less if they can win this draw and send it down ice. Nelson will take it, can't win it. Clark has it at the point. Far side corner boards. Panarin leans in. Armia. 40-10. Lawton mishandled the pass at first, has it back up top for Clark, lobs it down low. Cale Makar got a piece of it, chops it behind the net. Armia held up by Val Nichushkin. Armia hooked him for a moment, and now the Kings have it back. Power play is over. Armia along the far side half wall. Nicholas Waugh is in front trying to knock Sammy Helenius aside. 2 big bodies as Moore lets it go. Blocked in front. Avs have it. Val Nichushkin with Brock Nelson. He'll get to the red line. Val Nichushkin 1-on-4. Boy, he's just horse-collared and got held along the left cheek. Bizarre play there by, I believe that's Armia. Anderson comes out. Armia goes in. Here's the call.
LA penalty number 40. 2-minute minor. Hold it.
Power play for the Avalanche when we come back. 7:50 to go in a wild first period. Shots are 10-5. Colorado, no score yet. You're listening to the Stanley Cup Playoffs. Game 2, round 1 in the West. This is the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
When you're hurt, your case isn't just about the law. It's about the medicine. I'm Dr. Joseph Ramos, emergency medicine physician and attorney. I know how injuries happen, how they impact your life, and how to prove it in court. Don't let your case be a guessing game. Ramos Law, the only firm led by a medical doctor and attorney. Come experience the doctor-lawyer difference.
Hey, it's Moj, and spring is upon us. Playoff hockey and hoops coming up, and my friends at Rock Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical are here to get your house ready for the months ahead. Their whole home plumbing inspection will get your home ready for the spring without any stress. From faucets and water heaters, their Rockstar team will make sure your plumbing is in top shape as the temperature's warm. Schedule online today. Enjoy peace of mind all season long. Visit rockheating.com. That's ROCK heating.com. Rock, bringing comfort home and simplifying your life.
Your business doesn't stop, and neither does Ford. Right now at Phil Long Ford of Denver's Commercial Vehicle Center, pre-order your 2027 Transit, Super Duty, or Expedition today and secure the latest in built Ford tough technology and capability. Or if you need your vehicle right now, save on our remaining 25 and 26 models in stock ready for immediate delivery. For America's best-selling commercial vehicles from the best dealer, come visit us at Phil Long Ford of Denver's Commercial Vehicle Center on Wadsworth, just south of Hamden, or online anytime at phillongdenver.com.
The Avalanche on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
$7:50 to go in the first period. Ball Arena, downtown Denver, Colorado. Round 1, Game 2. Avalanche have a 1-0 series lead. Game 2 is scoreless. Colorado going on the power play. Landeskog out there with Nicholas Waugh, and Nathan McKinnon. Face-off is again won by the Kings, and it's sent down ice. No Marty Necas. Necas is in the dressing room for Colorado after taking that high hit from Mikey Henderson. It should have been an elbow, a charge, take your pick. It was not given as McCarr is slowed up here. Kings get the puck, pinching his Landeskog, leaves it for Waugh, tries to chop it to the point over the stick of McKinnon and across the red line. So Anderson's hit sends Marty Necas to the locker room. McKinnon across the red line, leaves it for Landeskog. Down the left wing, Landeskog holding, shooting short side, and he missed. Falls for Kadri along the far boards. Now Landeskog, far side hash marks, keeps it himself, leaves it for Kadri. Behind the net is Nicholas Waugh. Scored a power play goal in Seattle after being traded. McCarr lets it go. This is blocked, knocked out of midair with a high stick by Los Angeles. It won't matter because McCarr will touch it first, and the Kings will change a minute gone in the Avs' second power play. Kings are 0 for 2. Avalanche are 0 for 1 to see if they can make it 1 for 2. McKinnon handed it off. Landeskog got a piece of it. Waugh for Kadri. One-timer is blocked. Stick is lifted there. They're going to call a penalty on Landeskog. Going to be a hook. So now the Avalanche are 0 for 2, and we're 4 on 4 for 47 seconds.
Colorado 92, minor penalty, hooking.
We've had more penalties and scoring chances here in this first period. It is not entertaining. And that's soft too. Landeskog tried to lift the stick right as Laferriere came down to play the puck and pretended like it impaired his ability to get it. I assure you it did not. So 6:36 to go in the first period. Shots are 10-4, good buddy. Avalanche, no score yet. 4 on 4 for 47 seconds. And as it did in Game 1, this could behoove the Avalanche here in Game number 2 with a couple less bodies out on the ice to try and free things up, because it's just an absolute swamp the way that the LA Kings want it to be. More into the circle. Face-off is won by Brock Nelson. Caves will slow it up behind his own net. Malinsky. He'll wait and now hand it off left wing for Sal Nichushkin. Blazing across the red line. Nichushkin leaves it for Brock Nelson. Room to shoot. Lets it go. Glove save made by Forsberg. And now Nichushkin is ignoring Drew Doughty, who wants to try and stir it up. Bees are in the bonnets of the LA Kings. Checking our player tracking, and no Marty Necas. I assume that'll be the case for the rest of this first period. For safety reasons. That has concussion spotter written all over it. We get official word, we'll let you know. It is Brock Nelson who wins the draw. Milinski throws it in front. Knocked down by Brian Dumoulin. He overskated it. Hit thrown by Nelson. Now down Nichushkin for Taves. High in the zone. Ran into Milinski. Nichushkin again near side circle. Back from Milinski. He fires. Save made by Forsberg again. There's no rebound anywhere. And so the faceoff will remain in the Kings' end with 14 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Scoreless here in the first. Avs faithful, it's go time. Watch the Avs battle it out in the Stanley Cup playoffs presented by Toyota. Get your tickets at ColoradoAvalanche.com/playoffs. Parker Kelly, Jack Drury, Devon Taves, and Brent Burns is your quartet. The draw here for Drury. 1 of 2 so far. He's asked to leave, so here comes Parker Kelly. Kelly technically wins it, but it goes right to Brant Clark because, again, we're down a player. Drew Doughty. Kempe had it stolen by Drury for a moment. Has to cruise behind his own net. 2 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Out pops Armia, so it's a 1:13 worth of power play time for the Kings. Panarin has it on his side of center. Brings it ahead. Burns got to it. Panarin around the outside. Throws it in front. Stick save made by Wedgwood. Pass to the point. Clark away from Parker Kelly. Now it's Kopitar for Panarin. Clark back for Panarin. Fakes the one-timer. Keeps it himself. Trying to thread the needle. Hands it off. One-timer again. Save made by Wedgwood. Rebound was there. It's cleared aside. Kempe keeps it in. Jack Drury applying pressure. Avs have to be careful here. Taves gets a piece of it. Knocks it loose. Kopitar. Run over by Burns. What a hit made by Brent Burns. Overskated by Drury. Down low. Save made by Wedgwood. Drury the backhander, and he'll clear for the Avalanche with 25 seconds to go in the Kings power play. Couple huge stops made by Wedgwood on the power play in this hockey game. Around Logan O'Connor, Kulak, who was just released. Hit thrown by Kiviranta, and he clears. Kopitar takes it away. Rolls it behind the net. Hellenius run into perfectly by Kulak, overskated by Manson, and now Manson controlling. Power play is over for the Kings. Colorado has killed off all 3 for LA here in the first period. Back to 5-on-5. This is wristed to center ice. Tapped by Joseph around Kulak. Now McCarr. One hands it for Kulak. Up the boards. Loose puck down low. Through a leg. And boy, Malott to an elbow again on McCarr. Kulak is wrapped up with someone who I don't know. Who are you? Ace Ventura. Who is that? It's Joseph in the crease. How many times are we going to get an elbow to the face of somebody in this game? McCarr just took one from Malott. Something has to be done. It has to be done soon. 3 elbows to the face. All have gone uncalled. We already have an Av in the locker room. That's Marty Necas because of it. We'll take a timeout. 4:18 to go in the first. Shots are 12-6 Avalanche. Kings trying to beat up Colorado. We're scoreless in game 2. This is the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
I've never put much stock in astrology, but with the new multiplier scratch, the stars are aligned for some pretty big prizes. Because no matter your moon sign or what Mercury's up to, your win can get multiplied up to 200 times with prizes up to $1 million, which could steer your life into a very interesting new phase. New multiplier scratch from the Colorado Lottery. Multiply your win up to 200 times. Must be 18 to play.
Rep the A.
Necas will steal it away to his left, and Nathan McKinnon down the boards into the circle. McKinnon at the hash marks up top for Taves. Manson available. Manson lets it go. Thrown in front, tucked in by McKinnon. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
And stop by the Altitude Athletics team store at Ball Arena for official Avalanche gear and accessories. Or shop online anytime at AltitudeAthletics.com for the latest styles all season long.
From the street, your home siding is about style. From close up, it's about protection, especially in Colorado, where wildfire risk is part of the conversation. At Bellwether Windows, Siding, and Doors, we install siding as part of a complete system built to help resist fire, manage heat, and protect what's inside. Your home will look incredible, but more importantly, it will be ready for anything Colorado can dish out. Bellwether Windows, Siding, and Doors, transforming how your home looks, feels, and performs. Visit bellwetherhomes.com.
The Stanley Cup Playoffs. The Avalanche and Kings on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
4:18 to go in the first. No score. Avs and Kings in Game 2. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. Brought to you by Berg Simpson across the vast Altitude Sports Radio Network.
The fastest game on ice.
Step on. Next Schmaltz. He's in. Schmaltz to step up. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Face off in the Avalanche zone, left side of Scott Wedgwood. Shots 12-6 Colorado. 4:18 to go in the first period. The fourth line of Malott, Hellenius, and Joseph will stay out there. Ceci and Dumoulin on the back end. Jared Bednar goes with Burns and Manson, Kadri, Landeskog, and Nicholas Waugh. Landeskog will take the draw. Hellenius is asked to leave, so here comes Joseph to try his luck. And wins it away from Landeskog. Kadri pinched, couldn't get there in time. Wedgwood, far side hash marks. Avs just trying to get it out of their own zone. Sent to the near wall by LA. Ceci behind the net. Hit thrown by Manson. Lost the puck for a second. Run over by Hellenius. Took a hit to make a play. Waugh stretched pass to the neutral zone. It's just not going to work against the LA Kings. Turned over. Dumoulin at his own blue line. That's disrupted. Kadri back from Manson. Returned it to Kadri. Plays it off the wall. Landeskog will force it deep. He's run over by Dumoulin. Waugh throws his body into Ceci. Puck is stolen behind the net, thrown out in front. Landeskog tried to bat it out of midair. Waugh has it. Waugh pass in front. Landeskog couldn't get his stick down onto the ice in time, and it goes wide. Moore one-hands it down the near boards. Waugh lost an edge. Back to his feet. Ceci, will rip it in. Cale Makar kicks it to his stick. Furthered along by Taves. Waugh with it. Trying to stretch out Nathan McKinnon. Had to avoid the forecheck of Moore. And now Makar gets away from Moore. Nice play. Makar around the stick of Quentin Byfield. Makar tried to tuck it in. That's forced wide. Nature's back on the ice. Finds Nathan McKinnon. Throws it towards the net. Save made by Forsberg. Good to see 88 return to the frozen pond here in downtown Denver. Makar will settle it down. Kings are changing. Makar ahead for Lehkonen. Finds Nathan McKinnon off the boards. It took a weird hop. It's behind the net. Out in front. Deflected. Goes off the side of the cage. Hit thrown by Lehkonen. Kopitar. His pass is denied. Now it's Nature's at the deep slot. Rolls it for Nathan McKinnon near side circle. McKinnon centering feed for Lehkonen, and that's broken up as he's dumped down to the ice and then punched in the back of the head by Brant Clark. Boy, they're just turning into bad guys right now. There's Kopitar. Now Panarin throws it in front. Save made by Wedgwood as he spins like a top to his right. 2:21 to go in the first. Kings a great chance. Boy, that was Kadri, not Landeskog on that last try, by the way. And then McKinnon had a bit as well that was saved by Forsberg. Lehkonen again took a punch to the back of the head by Brant Clark. There are no rules. Face off to the right of Wedgwood is won by Nelson. Burns up the wall through center ice, batted by the Kings. This should be a hand pass. It will be. Touched by Lawton. 2:15 to go in period one. No score, Avs and Kings. Coach Bednar will be on the morning show tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. 8:30, it's the Coach Bednar show tomorrow. Tune in for that before the Avs head off to Los Angeles. Game number 3, that'll be Thursday, 8 p.m.-ish Mountain Time, live from Crypto.com Arena, which is not the easiest thing to say. Crypto.com Arena. This is a tag up by the Avalanche. Parker Kelly charging down deep. Throws a hit into CC. And this is off the stick of Jared White and deep in the King zone. Now Nichushkin to the point, and Josh Manson holding, shooting. Blocker save Forsberg. Brock Nelson winds it all the way around for Brent Burns. Snaps it towards the net. That hit a skate blade. Goes into the corner. Golfed up the wall by Lawton. Burns another hit. Armia, he'll play it off the wall. Center ice bouncing puck handled nicely by Josh Manson. At the red line, it is Brock Nelson. He'll backhand it in. Tracking it down is Landeskog. Throws a body into Drew Doughty. Meanwhile, the puck goes through the neutral zone, and Malott behind the Avalanche net around Cale Makar. Malott turns and fires off of Makar, and it lands in the near side corner. Joseph for Sammy Hellenius. He escapes. Devon Taves, wraparound chance, doesn't make it. Landeskog applies pressure, picked up by Nazem Kadri. Kadri for Taves, that passes behind him. A minute on the nose to go in our first period. No score in game number 2. Moore blazing ahead. Thousand Oaks, California native. Moore has it sticked aside by Taves. Cale Makar picks it up onto the backhand of Nicholas Waugh. 45 seconds to go. Waugh keeps it himself. Passes blocked. McKinnon will pick up the loose change. McKinnon bouncing puck around Drew Doughty. McKinnon out in front for Waugh. And that's poked wide. Kings with it again. Hit thrown. Glove down by Kulak. Does he keep it in? Yes. Kulak, a backhander blocked in front. Chopped free by the Avalanche. Kulak stays with it. Puck goes out the far boards, and Moore will retreat backwards for Mikey Anderson. Drew Doughty for Moore at the half wall off the stick of Anze Kopitar. He recovers. Back now for Anderson, and he's just crunched by Marty Natchez. Good for Marty. Handle it yourself, kid. Kiviranta off the turnover. 3 seconds to go in the period. Not sure he knows. Kiviranta, a shot save made by Forsberg at the horn. Period 1 is done. Not without its angst and animosity. Shots finished 14-6. Colorado. Score finishes 0-0. When we come back, Mark Bertinelli will take over here in Radio 1 at Ball Arena with the intermission report, scores and highlights from this game and around the world of sports. We'll also hear from Avalanche forward Parker Kelly. But after 20 minutes of play at Ball Arena, it's the Avalanche nothing and the Kings nothing. You're listening to the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Colorado Avalanche hockey.
Game plan is gone. Back deep for Natchez. Holds over the far circle. All the way over for Cale Makar. Gets it back for McKinnon. Let's it go. That's a goal. He scores!
Your Avalanche intermission report is next.
I don't like you because you're dangerous.
On the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
When your project demands safety, reliability, and skilled craftsmanship, hire a contractor backed by IBEW Local 68. Our electricians complete over 10,000 hours of training, deliver industry-leading safety performance, and bring the expertise needed for commercial, industrial, and renewable energy projects across Colorado. Build with confidence, build with the best. Find a union electrical contractor at IBEW68.com/contractors. IBEW Local 68, powering Colorado's future.
All Copy Products is a one-stop shop for all your office technology needs. Whether you're looking for a brand new office copier, state-of-the-art espresso machine, or for professional help with your IT environment, All Copy Products is devoted to helping you overcome your everyday workplace challenges and focus more on your core business. Find out how All Copy Products can help your company maximize its efficiency with their award-winning service today by visiting www.allcopyproducts.com.
Style and substance. That's GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Well-qualified lessees get a 24-month ultra-low mileage lease for around $349 per month with $49.89 due at signing on a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation Crew Cab with a 5.3-liter V8 engine. See your Colorado GMC dealers. Tax, title, license, dealer fees extra. No security deposit required. Your payments may vary. Mileage charge of 25 cents per mile over 20,000 miles at participating dealers only. Visit gmcofferinfo.com for details.
If you could design healthcare from scratch, you want to build a system where doctors, pharmacists, and insurers don't work together, don't talk to each other, and don't even share records. You'd imagine something better, where everyone worked together on the same team, and your next doctor visit isn't across town, but often right down the hall. What if a place like this already existed? At Kaiser Permanente, all of your healthcare comes together to keep you healthier and make life easier. Kaiser Permanente, a better idea for healthcare.
That's it, man. That's it, man. No more.
Colorado Avalanche hockey.
I like our start, boys. I love our start.
This is your Avalanche Intermission Report.
Sharp physically, sharp mentally. We are going to have success.
Avalanche Intermission on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Tonight's Avalanche game is brought to you by Intermountain Healthcare, helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Welcome, along with Connor McGahee and Alan Baca and Jesse Trujillo and Alex Ryanemi and Chris Mitchell back at the station. I'm Mark Bernoulli, coming to you live from the press level of Ball Arena here in downtown Denver, Colorado. And after one period of hockey, we are scoreless. Just like in Game 1, it was not up to zeros. Game 2, after one period, we are scoreless. Although there was a lot of action in that first period. That was a playoff first period right there. As these two teams went at it. The Avs are currently out shooting the Kings 14-6. Things got a little chippy there in the first period, and we're going to get to it coming up here in your first Intermission Report. We will get to all the other scores from around the world of sports, including the 3 other Stanley Cup playoff games that happened tonight. The craziness that's going on in the NBA tonight. There's just, road teams winning left and right in the playoffs this evening. And, of course, the Rockies are in action this evening. They're down the street at Coors Field taking on the San Diego Padres. We'll tell you what's going on in that game as well. But first, let's go ahead and listen to the highlights from the first period of tonight's game. This is Game 2 of this first round series after the Avs picked up a 2-1 victory Sunday afternoon over the LA Kings, and they are right back at it tonight. Neither team making any changes to their lineups in this one. And in the first period, I mentioned how the action was hot and heavy. We'll start with this.
Kiviranta behind the net. Backhander, save made. Rebound is in the crease. Nobody can find it. It's a pile of humanity. And LA plays off the boards, but not out. Kept in by Manson once and twice. Slaps it down the wall. Kept it in a third time with a glove. Give him a gold glove at shortstop. Manson behind the net. Backhander, save made by Forsberg. And the Kings have it back. Just like in Game 1, the only reason it's not 3-0 right now is because of Anton Forsberg.
Special teams all over the place in the first period because there's penalties all over the place in the first period. Let's see. Let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 penalties called in a span of 11 minutes in that first period. So, yeah, things, as I mentioned, getting chippy. Here is an example of that.
Burns for Logan O'Connor. Kings cede possession. Out pops Cale Makar. Avs killed it off. Here's Makar. Shot. He hit the post. Short side. He beat Forsberg and hit the iron. It's a 3-on-2 the other way. Cale Makar gets back. All alone. Moore. Save made by Wedgwood. It's knocked aside, and now there's all kinds of pushing and shoving behind the Avalanche net. Punch thrown by Logan O'Connor. It's absolute fury. Lawton knocks his man down to the ice. He's got Cale Makar in a headlock. And the Kings are bullies right now at Ball Arena.
Yeah, it's playoff hockey here in Denver tonight. You can feel it. You can taste it. There was 20 combined hits between the two teams in the first period alone. And there was all kinds of scrums in that first, but nobody found the back of the net, and we are scoreless after one. Right now, well, let's see. What's that stats look like? Right now, the Avs are out shooting the Kings 14-6 in that first. Face-off win percentage, the Avs have won 11 of the 20 draws, so 55% compared to 45 for the Kings. And on the power play, despite all the man advantages in the first period, nobody scored. The Kings are 0 for 3 with a man advantage. The Avs are 0 for 2 with a man advantage, and we are not up at zero. As a matter of fact, let's see. The Kings had 12 hits. The Avs had 8 block shots all over the place. The Avs had 9 block shots in the first. Kings had 8 in that first period, and we are not up at zeros after one. We will continue with your first intermission report after a quick timeout right here on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Discover incredible savings at the Mountain High Appliance Clearance Center in Denver. I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. Our clearance center offers a huge selection of ranges, refrigerators, laundry, and more. Save up to 60% on open box, scratch and dent, display models, and overstocked appliances from Bosch, Thermador, KitchenAid, and many more. When you're looking for great deals on appliances, our clearance center is your go-to destination for the best prices and selection.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
Spring is in the air at Century Casino Central City. Join us every weekend and show me the bunny. Win $100 free play 3 times per hour in our progressive drawings. Join us on Fridays and earn a gift of the week. Spring is the theme. Take I-70 to exit 243 Central City Parkway. Century Casino Central City. Welcome to the winner's zone. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
You know you can't watch all your favorite sports without a beer and a brat. Hi, it's Francisco from Rhine House on 14th and Market. Denver sports fans catch all the football, hockey, and basketball at Rhine House. All the action is on 30 big screen TVs. Enjoy House League German brats, house-made pretzels, and dozens of beers from local breweries and all the best German brewers. Rhine House is your home for the home teams. Rhine House, before, during, and after the games at 14th and Market near Ball Arena. Let's go.
Hockey's not just a game. It's a clash of sticks. It's sprays of ice and crazy saves. It's slap shots and the scrape of blades. It's an endless series of touch-and-go moments that make you feel alive. Through the highs and lows, you march your way down the long road to the playoffs alongside your team, with your jersey on and your heart on your sleeve, because they couldn't do it without you. And when you're there for your team, the NHL store is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience.
Avalanche intermission continues now on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
On with Mosier, Lombardi, and Kane tomorrow morning at 8:30 on Altitude Sports Radio. AM 950 is not right. Altitude Sports Radio 92.5 FM is where you want to catch the coach with Mosier, Lombardi, and Kane tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. All right, let me tell you what's going on in the playoffs tonight, because the NBA playoffs are kind of wild and the NHL playoffs are kind of crazy as well. Matter of fact, we had maybe the single craziest playoff goal I've seen in a decade, if not more. I give you the Boston Bruins and the Buffalo Sabres in Buffalo, and this goal right here.
Pasternak keeps it loose for Geekie coming toward the red line. He'll backhand a floater. That goes in! Are you kidding me? Geekie with a backhand floater toward Luukkonen. It bounced through him, and the Bruins get a gift. They're up 2-0.
Yeah, that was wild. Geekie with a backhand from center ice. He was just launching it in to the zone, and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen just misplayed it, bounced, ends up in the back of the net, and honestly, it kind of weirded out the Sabres. They were not the same after they gave up that weird, crazy goal, and Boston rolled in this one. 4-2, the Bruins take game 2. Arvidsson scores twice, and that series is now even at a game apiece as Boston steals home ice from Buffalo, heading back to Boston with the series tied 1-1 going to game 3. The Tampa Bay Lightning and the Montreal Canadiens got into it tonight, and I mean that more than one way. There was a fight or a couple in this one tonight between Montreal and Bolts, and just like in game 1 where it went to overtime and Montreal won it, this one went to overtime as well, and here's how that one ended.
Won by Cirelli. Moser is on it, center point. Moser skates right circle. Moser shoots. Score! Score! J.J. Moser! J.J. Moser! The Lightning have tied the series. They win game 2, 3-2 in overtime. This series is tied up, baby. 1-1.
Yeah, our thanks to the Lightning Radio Network. If you didn't figure that one out, J.J. Mosier, 12:48 into overtime to give the Lightning the 3-2 win over the Canadiens. And that first-round series is now tied up at a game apiece heading back to Montreal. So it actually, 12:48 into overtime ain't that bad. I think, isn't that around the same time that Montreal scored the winner in the first game to take a 1-game-to-none series lead. The Utah Mammoth and the Vegas Golden Knights are playing in Vegas right now. The Knights won the first game. They have the series lead 1-game-to-none. This game is almost exactly halfway. They just passed the 10-minute mark in the second period, and it gets tied up at a goal apiece between these two as Vegas came out and got a power play goal from Mark Stone early in the first, but late the Mammoth would tie it up, and that's where we sit right now, 1-1 between those two teams. Over in the NBA playoffs, a little bit weirder than what happened in the NHL today, because we got some weird stuff happening. Okay, upsets in the NBA all over the place. The Philadelphia 76ers were in Boston taking on the Celtics for Game 2. In Game 1, the Celtics rolled the Sixers. Looked pretty good doing it. Tonight, it was Philadelphia's turn to respond. The Sixers come out, and their backcourt was cooking. VJ Edgecombe scored 30 points and had 10 rebounds, and he had to leave the game. He took a really hard fall, and it didn't look like, I didn't know if he was going to come back, but he did. He went off for 30 and 10. Tyrese Maxey had 29. So the backcourt scores 59 tonight for Philadelphia. The Sixers beat the Celtics 111-97. That series is tied in a game apiece, heading back to Philadelphia. The Portland Trailblazers San Antonio Spurs game was crazy. There was Victor Wembanyama suffered a concussion and had to leave this game early. He played just 12 minutes before he suffered that concussion. He fell and it landed face first on the court hard. So he had to leave. He obviously did not return. And the NBA concussion protocol, if he is diagnosed with a concussion, he might not play in Game 3. But San Antonio continued to hold on to the lead despite losing Wemby that early until late when Portland rallied past San Antonio. They got a 106-103 win over the Spurs, and Portland evens up that series at a game apiece with a 3-point victory. Scoot Henderson with 31 points in the game. All right, that brings us to the final NBA playoff game of the night. That's the Lakers hosting the Rockets tonight. The Lakers have a 1-game-to-none series lead, and they got a 10-point lead over the Rockets in the second quarter. It is 39-29, LA on top of this contest. LeBron James has 12 of those 39 points for LA. Kevin Durant is playing, and he has scored 11 so far. In our game, we are scoreless after one. Connor McGahee with the second period. Coming at you next right here on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Championship teams win with the right playbook. At Ramos Law, we have the most unique playbook in the industry. I'm a medical doctor and attorney. I understand your injuries, how they impact your life, and I know exactly how to explain them in court. That's why our clients have a winning record. Ramos Law, the ultimate playbook for your injury case.
Rep the A.
Anxious will steal it away to his left, and Nathan McKinnon down the boards into the circle. McKinnon at the hash marks up top for Taves. Manson available. Manson lets it go. Thrown in front, tucked in by McKinnon. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
And stop by the Altitude Athletics team store at Ball Arena for official Avalanche gear and accessories. Or shop online anytime at altitudeathletics.com for the latest styles all season long.
Your business doesn't stop, and neither does Ford. Right now at Phil Long Ford of Denver's Commercial Vehicle Center, pre-order your 2027 Transit, Super Duty, or Expedition today and secure the latest in built Ford Tough technology and capability. Or if you need your vehicle right now, save on our remaining 25 and 26 models in stock, ready for immediate delivery. For America's best-selling commercial vehicles from the best dealer, come visit us at Phil Long Ford of Denver's Commercial Vehicle Center on Wadsworth, just south of Hamden, or online anytime at phillongdenver.com.
This is Todd Frayton's heart. He's begun his wellness journey. This is its sound on a treadmill, at a slight incline, on a stroll through the forest. And this is the heart of Maria Sanchez, his physician. What's it doing here? A lot, actually, because when we partner with you, we don't just offer a strategic plan and status updates. We put our hearts into it, beat for beat. We call it the power of we. Intermountain Health.
Colorado Avalanche hockey.
Keep hammering pucks, boys. Keep hammering pucks.
It's time for the second period.
You get opportunity, shoot. Be ready to shoot and unload it. Get your body around it on your forehand.
Here's the voice of the Avalanche, Connor McGahey, on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Start of the second period, Paul Arena, downtown Denver, Colorado. The Avalanche and Kings are scoreless in game number 2. Any rebroadcast of this game, however tempting, is strictly prohibited without the written consent of the Avalanche or National Hockey League. Berg Simpson Injury Lawyers remind you that when the game is on the line, call 303-790-2525. If you've been injured, contact Berg Simpson. Good lawyers, changing lives. Avs in burgundy and blue going left to right here in the second period. The Kings white, black, and silver, the opposite direction. Same way we started the game, we start the second period. Brock Nelson at center ice against Quentin Byfield. And Byfield wins it again, just the way he did in the first period. Kings down the boards. Colorado turns it over. Kulak. One towards the net. That's off a leg. Colorado can't clear. Mikey Anderson will keep it in. And it's Nelson along the far boards. Again kept in by the Kings for a moment. Malinsky hounded from behind by Moore. Opens up Brock Nelson along the far side. Nelson behind the Kings net. And he's held up for a moment. Malinsky toward the net. Tipped. And it never made it to Anton Forsberg. Val Nichushkin trying to track his man down. This should be icing on Los Angeles. And it is. First one of the night brought to you by your favorite appliance store. Mountain High Appliance with 5 locations in Colorado. Visit mountainhighappliance.com. 33 seconds into the second period. Shots are 14-6 in favor of the Avalanche. Kings only have 2 even-strength shots the entire game. The other 4 came on 3 power plays that Colorado killed off. McKinnon, Natchez has returned. He took that high hit from Mikey Anderson. So that's good news. He returned back in the first period. This should be back-to-back icings on the Kings, and it will be. Natchez returned back in the first period, but sometimes after you sit down at an intermission, you don't come back, but Natchez is back. By the way, Jared Bednar, winning percentage of .596, 4th best winning percentage of any coach in NHL history, just so you know. The more you know. No Jack Adams awards ever for Jared Bednar. Has won a Stanley Cup. Only coach ever to win a Kelly Cup, Calder Cup, and Stanley Cup. Taves for Cale Makar. Shot towards the net, blocked. Somehow that went from Byfield right to LaFerriere. And Makar recovers. How good is that? Underneath, pinching his Lehkonen. That'll go through everybody. Makar has it again. Makar timed his stick check perfectly. This ends up being a shot on goal on Anton Forsberg. A similar play to that went in on Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen earlier tonight in Buffalo. Anything can happen. Panarin winds into the Avalanche zone. Artemi Panarin throws it in front. Blocked, and it's picked up by Makar. Velcro on his stick. Hands it off to Arturi Lehkonen. He takes a bump, and the Kings will chip it back to the neutral zone. Makar is there again. Kadri down the near boards, run into by Edmondson. And now Kopitar has it knocked off his stick by Nicholas Waugh, who throws a check. He's got to get out of the pool. Kadri lost it at center ice. Landeskog will lift the stick. Has to go backwards for Burns. He's held on to by Andrei Kopitar. And Burns will activate the other way with Josh Manson across the Kings line. Leaves it for Kadri. Even further back. Landeskog lets it go. Save made by Forsberg. It's time for a hex on Anton Forsberg. Landeskog, with probably the best look at the game for the Avalanche, was right down the slot, and Forsberg made the glove save. Forsberg excellent on the glove side. The Avalanche have beaten him on the blocker side a couple times. One, a very slight miss, and the other one hit the right post. That was Cale Makar back in the first period. So Drury on the draw against Scott Laughton, who's gotten blown up twice by Josh Manson in this series. Once in game one, once tonight. Lawton had 5 shots on goal in game one. That led the Kings and was 65% from the draw. But again, he's kicked out. So Armia will step in. Actually, Tech Drury was too. So it's Yoel Kiviranta to do something he doesn't normally do. This is off the tip of the fingers of Jared Wright. Puck goes deep. Kulak trying to stab it up the near boards. Succeeds in doing that. And it finally makes its way. The puck does. To the center dot. Fired back in by Los Angeles. Kulak with it in his own zone. Brett Kulak along his own blue line from Malinsky. Tapped in by Kiviranta. Blocked by Dumoulin. He'll toss it back to center. Rested in by Kulak. Colorado offsides. They have to tag up, so they'll just make a change in the process. It's the long one here in the second period. Dumoulin for Ceci. Tapped by Matthew Joseph. Wedgwood. He comes out to play it. Off the shoulder blades of Joseph. Lehkonen trying to get it out. Penalty coming on the Kings. Silly penalty taken by Jeff Malott. Extra skater coming on. If Wedgwood can make the long stride to the bench, it's Natchez who comes on as the extra attacker. He's hacked at by Hellenius. Leaves the puck for Malinsky, and now Natchez picks it back up. A lot of bodies on the ice. Malinsky had it touched by Hellenius finally, and the Avalanche, for the third time tonight, are going on the power play. They're 0 for 2 so far. Malott is headed off. Here's TJ Luxmore.
LA penalty number 39. 2-minute minor boarded.
Boarding minor as he hit Arturi Lehkonen. Lehkonen was facing the wall, and this goes for youth hockey and beyond. Did you see the numbers? You don't make the hit, and Jeff Malott did not do that. It gives the Avalanche their third power play of the hockey game. They have 5 shots on the previous 2. So shooting the puck more. See if one can go in here. They have to win the draw. They do, but McCarr lost it. Shorthanded. Byfield. And McCarr is going to get called. They're going to give a penalty shot to the LA Kings and Quentin Byfield. That was not much of anything, but
LA 55 has been awarded a penalty shot due to being fouled by number 8 with the hump.
It's McCarr reaches in there. That's not much of anything. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs. That's insanely soft to call a hook on Cale McCarr there. That's absolutely terrible. So the second penalty shot in as many nights inside the Stanley Cup playoffs. Martinook did not score last night in Carolina. Byfield for a short-handed penalty shot. Goodness me. Picks it up at center ice, swings wide left into the circle. Byfield holding, backhander. Oh! Save made by Wedgwood! Great Scott! Justice is served! Cue the wedgie chance. Byfield went forehand to backhand. Wedgwood read him like a book the whole way. Out goes the glove. And in the name of gloves, Wedgwood save keeps it at 0-0 here early in the second period. Wow. What a save made by Wedgwood on Byfield on the shorthanded penalty shot. So the linesmen have crept in here. And now I think there's a matter to attend. Oh, no. Arena downtown Denver, Colorado. Avs and Kings are scoreless with engineer extraordinaire Alan Baca. Take a bow. Alex Ryan-Emmy, Mark Bertinoli, and Chris Mitchell all by himself. Back in the NHL Tonight studio. I'm Connor McGahey. Thank you for listening around North America and around the world on the Altitude Sports Radio Network. Face off in the Avalanche zone to the left of Scott Wedgwood. Natchez out there with McKinnon, Lehkonen, Taves, and Cale McCarr. McKinnon wins it back for Taves. Far side hash marks. Now onto the backhand of Arturi Lehkonen. McKinnon blazing around Edmondson. McKinnon, a shot save made by Forsberg. McKinnon has his own rebound, throws it centrally. Lehkonen turns and fires, and Forsberg makes another stop. This is the most life the Avalanche really have had in a little bit. Panarin can't handle it in the neutral zone. McCarr all the way over for McKinnon as the Avs tag up onside. McKinnon takes the drop pass, keeps it himself. McKinnon holding, shovels it towards the net. It rolls off of Kopitar. He lost an edge, lost the puck. Lehkonen, Nature's a shot. Save made Forsberg. Puck twinkling around, and the Kings somehow get there. McKinnon didn't go for the rebound. Kopitar leaves it for Kempe. Towards the net, save made by Wedgwood to the far side. Two Kings run into each other. It's a 3-on-1 the other way. Landeskog, Natchez, McCarr holding. Natchez back in front. Landeskog can't get to it. It's covered up by Forsberg. The best scoring chance you have all game, and Colorado tries to overpass it into the net. Anderson got a stick back in there as Natchez probably should have gone back to Cale McCarr instead of across the net front to Landeskog. It remains scoreless with 4:39 to go in the second period. Easier said than done from way up here with 0 games played in the National Hockey League. Also, Forsberg lucky to be able to smother that rebound. Face-off won by the Kings in their own zone. Trevor Moore near side corner off the end wall. Launched ahead. Anderson can't touch it. LaFerriere can. No icing on LA. Hit thrown by Landeskog. Waugh can't get their loose puck up top. Doughty to the near point. Anderson, he lost it. They say that stayed in the zone. Kadri runs over Anderson anyhow. Avs take back control. Brent Burns for Nazem Kadri. Up in the charge is Landeskog. Underneath, forced back to center by the Kings. Rolled in. This is offside as it touches the shin pad of Landeskog. Face-off will be at center ice with 4:07 to go in the second period. Shots are 20-14 Avalanche. No score yet. Ball Corporation brings you Avalanche hockey on the Altitude Sports Radio Network. Ball Corporation all in for the Avs. Aluminum all in. Landeskog in game 1, 8 hits. Third most in a playoff game in his career. 12 is the most in a game versus Dallas. Forsberg plays the puck. Malott through a jam. Matthew Joseph at center. Kings didn't realize they had numbers. They'll dump it in. Wedgwood plays it with a backhand along the near side. Malinsky looking ahead. Now Val Nichushkin. He opens up for Parker Kelly with a blast. Save made by Forsberg again. Rebound at the boards. Pinching is Kulak. Down the wall. Nichushkin lost an edge. He gets to the puck. Kicks it free in the corner. McKinnon spins away from Matthew Joseph, who gets to the red line and dumps it in. That fourth line for Los Angeles will go off with 3:25 to go in the second period. Malinsky now for Brett Kulak at the red line. Sends it in, far side to near. In the corner, Lawton. Backwards for Anderson. McCarr off the steal, towards the net. Walker save Forsberg. McKinnon towards the net front. Backdoor is Lehkonen. He got underneath Mikey Anderson. Now Cale McCarr shimmies. McCarr near side circle. McCarr holds up. Around right. Now Devon Taves at the point. Trying to thread the needle. Taves a shot that's blocked by Armia. And then Natchez is thrown down to the ice by Scott Lawton behind the play. TJ Luxmore just staring at it, not interested. McKinnon at his own blue line, steps around Armia. Pushes it ahead, off the leg of Anderson. Goes right to Doughty, off the boards. McKinnon back with it at center. He'll flip it in. Forsberg will slow it up for Anderson. Off the near side wall, he's crunched by Kiviranta. Pass through center ice, knocked down by Logan O'Connor. Cale McCarr back with it. OC opens up near side wing for Jack Drury. Into the circle, Drury throws it all the way around. Off the benches, Kulak will pinch. And gets it to Logan O'Connor in the corner. Back up top for Kulak, it's in his skates. Pass has to be on his tape. Panarin, meanwhile, to the red line. Swatted at by Sam Malinsky. He missed. Kulak ties up Panarin. That allows Malinsky to take over with some time. Kiviranta works it to the neutral zone. Brought back in by LA. Logan O'Connor the steal. He connects with Kiviranta, holding, shooting. Blocked off the stick of Forsberg. Drury with Byfield freeing it up around Logan O'Connor. Kings will launch it to center ice, settled down by Burns with 1:44 to go in a scoreless second period and hockey game. Clark lost an edge. Kadri, the steal. Kadri all the way through. Landeskog, a one-timer. It's blocked. Follow-up try. Waugh can't get to it. Landeskog has it in the corner. Landeskog to the point. Did it come out of the zone? It did. Burns couldn't keep it alive. Face off in the neutral zone with 1:27 to go in the second period in a very ugly hockey game, just the way Los Angeles wants it. Hockey can be a beautiful sport, a fun sport. This has not been the most fun version of it. Tonight's game brought to you by Intermountain Healthcare, helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Kings 0 for 4 in the power play in this game. Avalanche 0 for 3. Draw one by LA with 83 seconds to go in the second period. Still by Valanchuk. He's run over by Dumoulin. Brock Nelson will throw a hit on Lawton. Nelson with the puck for Nathan MacKinnon behind the net. Spun into a check. MacKinnon able to break loose to the point. And Cale Makar. He's got Taves. Taves at the far point. Taves lets it go. Tipped in front. MacKinnon the rebound. Save made by Forsberg. And he just is able to cover it up at the last second. Brock Nelson, if he had a half more second, he would have been able to get to the loose change in front of Anton Forsberg, who right now has a 21-save shutout in progress. Made 21 saves on 21 shots. That is a shutout, just so you know, with 1:03 to go in the second period. Game 2 remains scoreless. Brock Nelson, right side circle of Forsberg. He'll go against Quinton Byfield. Byfield wins it for Drew Doughty. Up and out. Love down by Taves. Fumbled it for a moment. Down the near wall. Goes right to Mikey Anderson. 50 seconds to go in the period. Taves whacks it away from Moore. Goes right to Anderson. Now it is Drew Doughty. Far side. Anderson had to go off the toe of his stick. Valanchuk can't get there. Good pinch there as MacKinnon lost it. Byfield has it stolen by Cale Makar. Makar for Brock Nelson through center ice. 35 seconds to go in the period. Valanchuk holding. Nichushkin tried to center it. Blocked by Moore again. Nichushkin into the corner for Nathan MacKinnon. Centering feed. Nelson was knocked over. Nichushkin trying to get there, but it's cleared by LA. One-touch pass between Taves and Makar. Avs will tag up. Here comes Marty Necas off the bench. Necas glides it for Arturi Lehkonen. Backdoor feed is blocked by Drew Doughty. Necas out in front. That's cleared to the corner. Lehkonen up top for Makar. 9 seconds to go. Makar shot tipped wide. Rebound there for Taves. MacKinnon going towards the net front. Taves for Necas in the corner. 2 seconds to go. One centering feed off a skate. Period 2 is through. Avs showed signs of life in a very bizarre second period and frankly hockey game, out shooting the Kings 22-14, but no goals yet. We are scoreless after 2 in Denver. When we come back, Mark Bertinoli will take over here in Radio 1 with the intermission report, scores and highlights from this game and around the world of sports. Baca and I will have the third period for you in just about 18 minutes time. But after 40 minutes of play at Ball Arena, it's the Avalanche 0 and the Kings 0. You're listening to the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Colorado Avalanche hockey.
Logan O'Connor off the mistake. O'Connor! One time. Kiviranta a shot. Tipped on. Rebound! That's a goal.
Your Avalanche intermission report is next.
That's right, Iceman! I am dangerous!
On the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
You know you can't watch all your favorite sports without a beer and a brat. Hi, it's Francisco from Rhinehouse on 14th and Market. Denver sports fans catch all the football, hockey, and basketball at Rhinehouse. All the action is on 30 big screen TVs. Enjoy House League German brats, house-made pretzels, and dozens of beers from local breweries and all the best German brewers. Rhinehouse is your home for the home teams. Rhinehouse, before, during, and after the games at 14th and Market near Ball Arena. Let's go.
This joyful sound is the No More Chemo bell at Intermountain Health St. George Hospital. And it means that Sarah Parker beat cancer. It also means her doctor spotted it early enough to treat, and that her oncologist helped her fight it every step of the way. It means that her nurse helped her keep track of medicines, and that a case manager made the whole experience just a little bit easier. Every time we hear that bell, it reminds us that all things are possible when we work together. It reminds us of the power of we. Intermountain Health.
All Copy Products is a one-stop shop for all your office technology needs. Whether you're looking for a brand new office copier, state-of-the-art espresso machine, or for professional help with your IT environment, All Copy Products is devoted to helping you overcome your everyday workplace challenges and focus more on your core business. Find out how All Copy Products can help your company maximize its efficiency with their award-winning service today by visiting www.allcopyproducts.com.
Winter is histo. Did your home get through it okay? Mark Mosher here. You need to find out. That's where my friends at Rock Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical come in. Don't worry about faucets that start leaking, that AC unit that won't run correctly, or the breaker on the fritz. Schedule a home inspection with Rock today and get peace of mind that your home is going to be just right when the warmer weather stays. They've been serving the South Metro for 25 years. They're the best, and that's why they're my go-to. Schedule today online at rockheating.com. That's ROCK heating.com. Rock, bringing comfort home and simplifying your life.
That's it, man. That's it, man.
No more! No more!
Colorado Avalanche hockey.
I like our start, boys. I love our start.
This is your Avalanche Intermission Report.
Sharp physically, sharp mentally. We are going to have success.
Avalanche Intermission on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Avalanche Hockey is brought to you by Ball Corporation. All in for the Avs. Aluminum, all in. Welcome. Along with Alan Baca and Jesse Trio and Connor McGahey and Alex Ryanemi and Chris Mitchell, I'm Mark Bertinoli, and I'm coming to you live from the press level of Ball Arena here in downtown Denver, Colorado. And after 2 periods of hockey, we are scoreless in a weird, kind of crazy, wild NHL Stanley Cup playoff game. This game is one for the ages tonight. All right, coming up here in your second intermission report, we got a lot to get to because it's not just the Avs game that's weird. We got all kinds of weird playoff things happening tonight in both the NHL and in the NBA. So we'll tell you all about that. We'll also let you know what's happening with the Rockies in Major League Baseball as they host the Padres down the street here from Ball Arena. All that is coming up. First of all, let's listen to the highlights from this game because we got some weird ones through 2 periods of hockey. There are no goals, but there's a lot of action. And most of that is because these two teams are starting to dislike each other rather large bit. So many hits in this game, and this thing has been chippy from the get-go. Matter of fact, early in the first period, there were some chances that ended up like this.
Kiviranta behind the net. Backhander, save made. Rebound is in the crease. Nobody can find it. It's a pile of humanity. And LA plays off the boards, but not out. Kept in by Manson once and twice. Slaps it down the wall. Kept it in a third time with a glove. Give him a gold glove at shortstop. Manson behind the net. Backhander, save made by Forsberg. And the Kings have it back. Just like in Game 1, the only reason it's not 3-0 right now is because of Anton Forsberg.
Forsberg making saves, Wedgwood making saves, and then how about just everybody on the ice starts throwing hands with this?
Burns for Logan O'Connor. Kings cede possession. Out pops Cale Makar. Avsov killed it off. Here's Makar. Shot. He hit the post. Short side. He beat Forsberg and hit the iron. It's a 3-on-2 the other way. Cale Makar gets back. All alone. More. Save made by Wedgwood. It's knocked aside, and now there's all kinds of pushing and shoving behind the Avalanche net. Punch thrown by Logan O'Connor. It's absolute fury. Lawton knocks his man down to the ice. He's got Cale Makar in a headlock. And the Kings are bullies right now at Ball Arena.
20 combined hits in the first period. 7 penalties. Wait, is it 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 penalties in the first period. And we're scoreless after 1. So, to the second period we go. And in the second period, we had even more madness. It started when the Avs were on the power play. So, the Kings come out and they get a boarding call. They board Lecky early in the second. So, the Avs go on the power play. But then the Kings get a break. A shorthanded breakaway on the Avs PK. Cale Makar was called for hooking on that breakaway, so we got ourselves a penalty shot. Now, in the history of the Avs playoffs, This is just the third penalty shot against Colorado. The first one was saved. The second one was a goal in the history of the franchise. So what would be the third? Here we go.
Byfield for a short-handed penalty shot. Goodness me. Picks it up at center ice, swings wide left into the circle. Byfield holding, backhander. Oh, save made by Wedgwood. Great Scott! Justice is served. Cue the wedgie chants.
Okay, so Ball Arena's fired up. They're fired up because Wedgwood just made a crazy save on a penalty shot in a playoff game. So, hey, everybody's a little excited. But nobody was quite as excited except for the people behind the Kings bench because they were banging on the glass and they broke a pane of glass and it showered all over the Kings coaching staff. So we ended up with about a 20-minute delay as they decided to, obviously had to clean up all that ice and bring out a new pane of glass to slot in there behind the coaches. But okay, Avs fans, get a little loose tonight. And I mean, it's not one of those tiny panes of glass in one of the corners. It's those huge, like, massive panes of glass behind the benches that somebody shattered. So we had a little break where everybody just hung out talks amongst themselves for about 20 minutes. And then we got back to hockey and no scoring again as both teams had chances after that delay, but nobody gets on the board, and we are sitting at zeros after 2 periods of hockey in this game, and it's all about the goaltenders. So let's take a look at the goalies and how they're doing thanks to Bellwether Homes. That's how they're defending the goal and to defend your home against the elements, fire, hail, wind, and snow. Visit bellwetherhomes.com. So let's see how they're defended here. Obviously, this is easy because nobody has scored yet. So Anton Forsberg has made 22 saves, while Scott Wedgwood has stopped all 14 shots he has faced, and we're sitting at zeros after 2 periods of hockey here in Game 2. We'll continue with your second intermission report after a break right here on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Altitude Sports Radio 92.5 starts your day with Brett Kane at 6.
Wedgwood has been as consistent as a goaltender could be over the course of 82 games.
At 7, it's Mosher, Lombardi, and Kane.
Let me tell you something about Parker Kelly. His game has blossomed.
The morning sprint from 10 to noon. PhD noon to 3. Kreckman and Lindahl 3 to 6.
The amount of goal scorers that you have, I'm going to trust them to take advantage of those opportunities in a playoff series.
Talking Avs all day tomorrow on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Avs faithful, choosing aluminum makes you the MVP. Like a top shelf slapper or a game-winning assist, aluminum makes an impact. Whether you're cheering from the stands or at home, you can assist by buying and recycling aluminum. Visit aluminumassists.com to be a part of the action. Let's go all in for the Avalanche. All in for aluminum. Ball. All in.
Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. I've been scouting these big carriers for a minute now, and I've seen them pull the same play 1,000 times. They promise you the world, then hit you with a price hike right when the game gets tight. But Boost Mobile, their $25 a month unlimited wireless plan is the most consistent player on the floor. No contracts, no price hikes. Unlock the savings today at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months on the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
Style and substance. That's GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Well-qualified lessees get a 24-month ultra-low mileage lease for around $349 per month with $49.89 due at signing on a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation Crew Cab with a 5.3-liter V8 engine. See your Colorado GMC dealers. Tax, title, license, dealer fees extra. No security deposit required. Your payments may vary. Mileage charge of 25 cents per mile over 20,000 miles at participating dealers only. Visit GMCofferinfo.com for details.
Avalanche Intermission continues now on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to your second intermission report, where the Colorado Avalanche and the LA Kings are scoreless after 40 minutes of hockey. So let me tell you what else is going on. In the NHL, we have 3 other games tonight, and they're almost all final. Well, the Mammoth Vegas game has gone final. So here's what we got. The Montreal Canadiens and the Tampa Bay Lightning played in Tampa. Now, this series has gone into overtime in each of the first 2 games. In the first one, Montreal won it in overtime. And in game 2, it would go to overtime, and the game winner sounded like this.
Won by Cirelli. Moser is on it, center point. Moser skates right circle. Moser shoots.
Score! J.J. Moser! J.J. Moser! The Lightning tie the series! They win game 2! 3-2 in overtime! This series is tied up, baby! 1-1!
Yeah, J.J. Moser. He scored in overtime, thanks to the Lightning Radio Network. Tampa beats Montreal 3-2, and now that series is tied 1-1 and heading to Montreal for game number 3. Now, the Bruins and Sabres, you thought, I don't know which is a weirder thing tonight in the NHL. Avs fans shattering the glass behind the Kings bench, or the goal that Geeky scored for Boston against Buffalo. Here's how that sounded.
Pasternak keeps it loose for Geeky coming toward the red line. He'll backhand a floater. That goes in! Are you kidding me? Geeky with a backhand floater toward Luukkonen. It bounced through him, and the Bruins get a gift. They're up 2-0.
Yeah, just our thanks to the Bruins Radio Network on that one, as Geeky just backhands a puck in, and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen misread it or misplayed it or didn't see it, he saw it because he tried to catch with his glove. It just bounces right by him and into the back of the net. And that basically did it for Buffalo. They seemed like off their game after they allowed that goal, and Boston cruises to the 4-2 win. That series is now tied 1 game apiece and headed to Boston. The final game was the Vegas Golden Knights and the Utah Mammoth. And guess what? Vegas lost 2. So the Golden Knights came into this one with a 1-0 series lead, but the Mammoth get the 3-2 win tonight to tie the series up at a game apiece, heading back to Utah. Logan Cooley with the game winner in the 14-minute mark of the 3rd period after they entered the 3rd, tied at 2. So Cooley gets the winner, and Utah with the 3-2 victory and a tie series in that one. All right, over in the NBA playoffs, we had some weirdness go on tonight. The Blazers upset the Spurs in San Antonio. More importantly, Victor Wembanyama took a spill, hit his head on the court, left, did not return. Is probably going to have to enter concussion protocols, which means he might miss the next game as well. Blazers win at 106-103. That series is tied at 1. The Sixers hammer the Celtics. Well, not hammer, but they had an impressive performance in Boston. They beat the Celtics 111-97. And right now, the Lakers and the Rockets are going at it. Lakers lead the series 1-0. They're heading to the 4th quarter, and the Lakers have a 75-68 lead in this game right now. LeBron James has 19 points. Kevin Durant has 21 points. In our game, the Avs and the Kings are knotted up at zeros after 2. A huge 3rd period with Connor McGahee next right here on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
When your project demands safety, reliability, and skilled craftsmanship, hire a contractor backed by IBEW Local 68. Our electricians complete over 10,000 hours of training, deliver industry-leading safety performance, and bring the expertise needed for commercial, industrial, and renewable energy projects across Colorado. Build with confidence, build with the best. Find a union electrical contractor at IBEW68.com/contractors. IBEW Local 68, powering Colorado's future.
When you're hurt, your case isn't just about the law. It's about the medicine. I'm Dr. Joseph Ramos, emergency medicine physician and attorney. I know how injuries happen, how they impact your life, and how to prove it in court. Don't let your case be a guessing game. Ramos Law, the only firm led by a medical doctor and attorney. Come experience the doctor-lawyer difference.
Rep VA.
Anxious will steal it away to his left, and Nathan McKinnon down the boards into the circle. McKinnon At the hash marks up top for Taves. Manson available. Manson lets it go. Thrown in front. Tucked in by McKinnon. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
And stop by the Altitude Athletics team store at Ball Arena for official Avalanche gear and accessories. Or shop online anytime at altitudeathletics.com for the latest styles all season long.
Hi, it's Chris and Amy from Rock Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Our favorite cave customer, Flint's twin cave babies, are grown quickly, just like the sprouting spring flowers.
To keep his cave running smoothly, Flint scheduled a whole home plumbing inspection with Rock, trusted by Colorado families for 25 years.
You can ensure your plumbing is spring ready and enjoy rock solid peace of mind by scheduling an inspection today. Visit rockheating.com.
Rock, bringing comfort home and simplifying your life.
Colorado Avalanche hockey.
Who's going to answer the bell? Come on, boys. We go here, huh?
It's time for the third period.
That goal changes everything here. Got to get the next one here.
Here's the voice of the Avalanche, Connor McGahey, on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Start of the third period. Ball Arena, downtown Denver, Colorado. Still no score between the Avalanche and the Kings in game number 2. The third period of Avs hockey brought to you by Boost Mobile, your hometown wireless team. Built different, built local. I think we all could use a boost. 10:40 Mountain Time currently. A 20-minute delay for a shattered piece of glass behind the Kings bench back in that second period after an 8:22 faceoff. Avs in burgundy and blue going right to left. The Kings, white, black, and silver, the opposite direction. Nelson against Byfield for the third straight period to start things off. And for the third straight period, Byfield wins it away from Nelson. Dowdy up the near wall. It's tapped deep. Moore trying to track it down, but this is icing on the Kings. Brought to you by your favorite appliance store, Mountain High Appliance, with 5 locations in Colorado. Visit mountainhighappliance.com. So Kelly, Nelson, Nichushkin out there with Malinsky and Kulak. Just 7 seconds into our third period, still scoreless. Anton Forsberg, a 22-save shutout in progress. Nelson wins this one. Oh, no. Rock shaking his head. It was the trail linesman who said that he should be asked to, or they should do it over again. He's allowed to stay. Wins it. Nichushkin leaves it for Malinsky. A drive. Score! Sam I am! Hold on. They say it's the outside of the net. Say it did not go in. Let's see. Clean face-off win by Brock Nelson back from Malinsky. It is the outside. It looked like it went in low blocker, but it gets stuck in the net. And in the little piece that goes up from the bottom of the net along the cage, it got stuck there. Looked like it went in. The goal light went on.
No goal in the previous play. The puck was on the outside of the net.
Yeah. That is accurate. Forsberg was looking through a screen. It made it to him. And again, this is where he's been beat, is blocker side. A lot of things making it past him, but add that to the list of strange things that has happened in this game where the puck gets stuck on the outside of the net. It's got this little flap that comes up from the bottom of the cage around the outside. Nelson wins it again from Malinsky. Can he find it? Shot towards the net, blocked by LaFerriere. Avs rolled to the point, and Kulak towards the cage, tipped wide. Colorado can't get a ton of extra chances, and on Anton Forsberg, down the Nichushkin, off the boards for Malinsky at the point. Malinsky towards the net. That's Rattled wide. Forsberg comes out to play it. Malinsky will pinch on the steal, and it's taken away by LA. Byfield can't get through Valanchuk, and he'll dump it deep. Both teams will change. 19:20 to go in the third. Kulak behind his own net. McKinnon and company on the ice. And Kempe just shadows Nathan McKinnon. Malinsky gets to the red line. He'll dump it in right to left. Kopitar leaves at the point for Artemi Panarin. Lehkonen works it away from him. He stays strong up against the wall. Nathan McKinnon. He'll fling it wide. McCarr can't get there. Natchez can. He'll send it back deep. McKinnon waiting near side boards. McKinnon into the skates of Lehkonen. Got turned around. Couldn't get a shot. The pass has been there for Lehkonen a couple times, but just not in a place where he can get a good scoring chance away. Taves left side circle in his own zone. Cale Makar with right on the forecheck. And the Avs are just unfocused. Pass for Landeskog is missed. And this is an unforced error on Colorado. 18:31 to go in the third. If the LA Kings have been on a quest to take all the joy and excitement out of this game, I think they have succeeded. Still scoreless. 18:31 to go in the third period. Face-off won by Jack Drury. Makar for Taves up the far boards. Kadri will get it deep. By the way, that was Nicholas Waugh, not Jack Drury. Look down at the corner of my eye out in front. Kadri, a shot that's off of Forsberg and wide. Manson will keep it in near side boards. Knocked down by Kadri, but he forces it back to the point, and Manson. Burns mishandled it, hit the linesman, and went into the bench. It's the third sequence in the last really 85 seconds that a linesman has been involved in between the two benches where the Avalanche couldn't complete a clearance or a pass. The face-off in the neutral zone in front of the Avalanche bench. 18:07 to go in the third period. Shots 22-14. Colorado still no score. There goes Hellenius. In comes Matthew Joseph to take the face-off against Nicholas Waugh. Waugh went 0 for 4 in game one. Able to get this back after the Kings win it. Behind the Kings net, Doughty out to Joseph. Swatted at by Burns on Jeff Malott. Sammy Hellenius turns it in front. Landeskog trying to get free. He was hacked at. No penalty called. Hellenius below the goal line. Rotates it around to a pinching Drew Doughty at the half wall. Sends it all the way over for Mikey Anderson waiting. Shot is blocked. Goes right to Doughty. Winds up. Lets it go. Misses Wedgwood wide. Waugh pokes it up. Not out of the zone. Kept in by Anderson. No angle feed. Fought off by Wedgwood once and twice with Malott there. And then Wedgwood will just cover it up as he was wrestled down by Josh Manson. Now Joseph comes over and cross-checks Manson after the fact. I'm not sure that's a dog you want to bark with, Matthew Joseph. And Manson just shrugs him aside. Joseph left the pile in front of the net to go atop the far circle and cross-check Josh Manson in the lumbar. And now they're still jawing with Jeff Malott. Malott's 8th playoff game. Wedgwood had to dig down into his pad for that puck. It was lost for a long time. Right in front of the kneecap, all the way down deep. He had his blocker and glove off to try and dig it out. Finally did. So another delay here at Ball Arena because we needed one of those. 17-19 to go in the third period. Scoreless game 2. Face-off won by the Kings. It'll squeeze all the way through the neutral zone and down into the LA end. Edmondson, Panarin through Kempe. Taves off the boards. Fanned on that attempt. No, his stick broke. Now he throws Kempe into the wall. Puck is there. Brandt Clark creeping in. Shot towards the net. Save made by Wedgwood. He had to have that one. McKinnon with one hand through the neutral zone. Crosses center ice. Keeps it himself. His pass for Natchez is broken up. And this is offside on the Avalanche. 16:49 to go in the third. Shots 22-16. Colorado, no score. Tonight's broadcast of the Avalanche is powered by your local Colorado Buick GMC dealers. Drury, O'Connor, Kiviranta, Kulak, Malinsky. Face off in front of the Kings bench, the left of the two here at Ball Arena. Now Drury's asked to leave. It's just been more about the stripes than anybody else tonight, which is unfortunate. O'Connor can't win it. Puck is loose in the King zone. Anderson there first. Left side circle, shoots it ahead. Malinsky steps up, knocks it away from Byfield. Logan O'Connor can't get there. The Avalanche have to be careful here. Kulak with Trevor Moore escaping. Moore will leave it below the goal line. Laferriere up the near wall. Doughty for Byfield. He's checked aside. Moore picks up the loose puck. Stick handles at the far wall. Pressured by Kulak. Malinsky throws a hit on Byfield, who goes down to the ice. Kiviranta leans in with his right shoulder. Puck is pinned up against the far side corner boards. Loose for Anderson. His shot is blocked. Down to the corner, Laferriere taps it below the goal line. Gets the return pass. Ton of room to work with. Doughty holding, shooting, blocked. Avs trying to get there, but the Kings come away with it. Laferriere in near side circle, turns it in front, loose puck! Wedgwood sprawling to make the save. It goes aside and wide. Wedgwood with a windmill as the Kings can't keep it in, and they clear it for the Avalanche, and Colorado catches a huge break. Right to the neutral zone, tipped in by L.A. Wedgwood went to smother it, bounced behind him. Taves can't get there. Now it's Dumoulin at the blue line, off the end wall, right, out in front, but it goes right to Parker Kelly. He pushes it ahead to the red line. Can't get it deep. Valnichushkin steals it away. Adams will tag up. Kings off the boards and back into the Colorado zone. Taves to his right and Cale Makar. Makar for Valnichushkin. That sticks on his tape. Now for Brock Nelson. Through a gap to the far side. Pushes it back to the point. Burns! A save made by Forsberg. Manson the follow-up. Below the goal line. He's rodeoed. Keeps the puck there. Burns and Brock Nelson are back playing defense. But here's a 3-on-2 for the Kings. Malott holding, shooting. Save made by Wedgwood with a glove. And now he's bumped into by Matthew Joseph behind him. The crowd gathers with 14:45 to go in the third. Not a bad pinch by Manson on that last try. He kept it below the goal line, but it just went right to the Kings, and they got it out quick. A 3-on-2 the other way. This fourth line has gotten a ton of ice time tonight for DJ Smith. Seems that way anyhow. Just 6.5, but they have double shifted a couple instances. The wedgie chance re-emerge inside Ball Arena. Shots are 23-17 Colorado. No goals yet. 14:45 to go in the third period. McKinnon the faceoff out there with Lehkonen and Necas. Taves Makar. Kopitar wins it. Snapshot blocked. Edmondson lets it go. Save made by Wedgwood. Rebound swept aside by Makar. Now it's Nathan McKinnon at the red line. He holds up. He'll dump it in on Forsberg off his stick out of play. Necas run over by Kempe along the far side half wall. And now the draw will be in the King zone with 14:32 to go in the third. That was a knuckle puck in on Wedgwood. It deflected maybe at least once. Yes, definitely once off of Devon Taves. And Scott Wedgwood reacted in the tada nick of time. So Landeskog will go out there now with Necas and McKinnon, Taves and Makar. Landeskog trying to win the draw. There's a broken stick. McKinnon turns and fires, blocked in front by Drew Doughty. Rebound for Natchez. Cale McCall walking the blue line, lets it go. Fought out by Forsberg. Rebound is there, and again, Landeskog can't get to it. Colorado has to be better about trying to dig it out in front of Anton Forsberg because that's where the goal is. Icing here on Los Angeles, brought to you by your favorite appliance store, Mountain High Appliance, with 5 locations in Colorado. Visit mountainhighappliance.com. Thank you. So Landeskog, Kadri, Waugh, and Kulak, Malinsky out there. Landeskog will take the draw, 4 of 9 tonight. Right side of Forsberg, left side of the ice. Wins it. Malinsky at the point, shimmies around pressure. Malinsky holding. Pass in front is off a leg. Everybody was going left. The pass went right. Trevor Moore. Anderson towards the net. That's off a leg and wide. Cleaned up by Doughty, far side wall. Gets it deep. Intercepted by Nazem Kadri. On the money for Nicholas Waugh. Has it stolen. Landeskog trying to sweep it in. Anderson and Doughty play pitch and catch in their own zone. Artemi Panarin gets around Brock Nelson. Panarin up the middle of the zone. Near side boards. Sends it around Valnichushkin. Didn't go to the puck. Kept in by Los Angeles. Kulak trying to get there. Turnover LA. Parker Kelly with it. He's got Nelson and Valnichushkin on a 3-on-3 through the neutral zone. Valnichushkin gets the drop pass. Can't work his way down the board. Stolen by the Kings. Kopitar turns it over. Nelson knocks it out of midair. Leaves it for Parker Kelly. On the wall to Cale McCarr towards the net. And he misses wide right of Forsberg. Devon Taves down from the point. Lost the puck to Kempe. Freed by Parker Kelly. Now Cale McCarr spins loose. Brock Nelson high in the zone. Valnichushkin with it still. Down the near side boards, Nichushkin. Spins along the hash marks. This pass to the point is tipped by Brant Clark, and that will go the distance. Wedgwood leaves it for Taves. Cale McCarr in the corner in his own zone. Natchez arrives to help out. Natchez, near side wing for Nathan McKinnon. Across the blue line, McKinnon holds up. Needs some patience here. Manson! Save made by Forsberg. And there's no rebound anywhere. If you didn't do a hex on Anton Forsberg before, it's time. 12:35 to go in the third. We remain scoreless in Game 2. You're listening to the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Altitude Sports Radio is the home of your Colorado Avalanche. And every Wednesday morning throughout the Stanley Cup playoffs, we've got head coach Jared Bednar.
8:30 tomorrow. Coach Bednar joins Mosher, Lombardi, and Kane to break down tonight's Game 2 with the LA Kings.
Coach Bednar with Mosher, Lombardi, and Kane on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. Brought to you by Mr. Rooter Plumbing. Proudly rooting for Colorado's hockey team.
From the street, your home siding is about style. From close up, it's about protection. Especially in Colorado, where wildfire risk is part of the conversation. At Bellwether Windows, Siding, and Doors, we install siding as part of a complete system built to help resist fire, manage heat, and protect what's inside. Your home will look incredible, but more importantly, it will be ready for anything Colorado can dish out. Bellwether Windows, Siding, and Doors. Transforming how your home looks, feels, and performs. Visit bellwetherhomes.com.
Discover incredible savings at the Mountain High Appliance Clearance Center in Denver. I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. Our clearance center offers a huge selection of ranges, refrigerators, laundry, and more. Save up to 60% on open box, scratch and dent, display models, and overstocked appliances from Bosch, Thermador, KitchenAid, and many more. When you're looking for great deals on appliances, our clearance center is your go-to destination for the best prices and selection.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
The Avalanche on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
.12:35 to go in the third period. Ball Arena, downtown Denver, Colorado. The Avalanche and Kings are scoreless in game number 2 with engineer extraordinaire Alan Baca, Mark Bertinoli, and Chris Mitchell. I'm Connor McGahey. Thank you for listening. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the vast Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Here's Letang. 24/7 hockey. He missed the target. Draisaitl back the other way for the winners. Draisaitl scores!
Faceoff will be in the Kings zone to the left of Anton Forsberg, who's made 24 saves on 24 Avalanche shots. Landeskog instead of Waugh, with Cruz in there, can't win the faceoff. Kings have it, launch it off the near side wall. Manson got turned around. Jared Wright loses control. And now Burns tries to power around Yoel Armia. Lost the puck, able to get it back. Kadri, 3-on-2 with Landeskog and Waugh. Kadri holds. Landeskog in front, tipped on. Rebound was there for Waugh, but the Kings get there first, and they force it back into the Avalanche zone. Burns tries to kickstart it again. Landeskog, boy, that's a couple times he's taken his eye off the puck in that very same situation. It leads to a Colorado icing with 12:08 to go in period 3, 0-0. Ball Corporation brings you Avs hockey on the Altitude Sports Radio Network. Ball Corporation, all in for the Avs. Aluminum all in. Face off to the right of Wedgwood, Kopitar, and Nicholas Waugh. Face-offs are now 50-50. Waugh wins this one. Beautifully done away from Kopitar. Burns off the glass. Avalanche can change, but Kings trying to catch them in it. Kopitar around Brock Nelson. Behind the net, Kulak throws him into the boards. Picked up by Panarin. Shovels it to the point, and Brant Clark, he lets it go. Tipped by, I think, Brock Nelson off of the shaft of his stick into the screen. And play stops once again with 11:49 to go in the third. Shots are 25-19. Colorado, no score yet. Game 1 finished 2-1. So not exactly a barn burner of a series so far. Kopitar against Brock Nelson, left side of Wedgwood. Faceoff was won by the Avalanche and went right in on Wedgwood, who made the save. Panarin throws it towards the net. That trickles wide. Parker Kelly trying to get there. Leaned into Brant Clark. There's a loose puck. Clark towards the net. Easy glove save made by Wedgwood. He'll hang on. Kempe trying to get after Malinsky. Kempe a little less angry tonight than he was in game number 1. Malinsky will stay out there, I believe, with Kulak. On comes, nope, they're going to change everybody. Taves McCarr, Natchez, McKinnon, and Nelson will come on. Nelson actually stays out there. Byfield against Nelson again. I'm not sure that Nelson has won a draw against Byfield. I take that back. He's won 1. He's going to have to wait because Byfield is asked to leave. So here comes Trevor Moore, and Nelson easily wins that one away. Clap to center ice. Doughty with it at his own blue line. Hanging on to it to his left and Mikey Anderson. To the red line, he'll dump it in. McCarr missed on it, and now Byfield leaves it for Artemi Panarin. Pinched up against the boards by Devon Toews. Puck is stuck there. McCarr trying to dig it out, does. McCarr in the trapezoid, throws it onto the backhand of Nathan McKinnon. He storms through center ice. McKinnon across the red line. McKinnon a 9-game point streak against the LA Kings coming into this game tonight. Miscommunication by the Avalanche. And the puck is taken by Drew Doughty as he launches it in. Josh Manson takes it ahead of Matthew Joseph. Kicks it ahead. Pass is taken again by the Kings defense. Pass down the boards. Drury roughed up. Goes to Manson. He'll fling it around as Logan O'Connor will try and get there first. Dumoulin got turned around. Puck comes free. Matthew Joseph lost an edge. Goes right back to Dumoulin. Logan O'Connor on him. Is this icing on the Kings? It is. As Burns will get there first. 10:31 to go in the third period. Shots 25-19 Colorado. No score just yet. For the Avalanche, pretty balanced time on ice tonight. Cale Makar, of course, leading the way. 20 minutes, 43 seconds. Toews at 19:37. McKinnon leads all Avs forwards at 17:09. Big face-off here for Landeskog. 5 of 11. And we have to wait on the drop of the puck between him and Sammy Helenius. Won by Hellenius. Drury towards the net front. Puck was just behind him. Failed clearance as Manson knocks it down towards the net. And that wasn't Drury, that was Nazem Kadri. Matthew Joseph trying to get around. Brent Burns does. They push and shove. Manson couldn't control the puck. Now he does. Trying to one-handed away from Lawton. Kadri ahead for Waugh. Stick handling at his own blue line. Now returns it to Kadri. Landeskog headed towards the net front. Kadri's shot waited too long. Blocked by the Kings into the screen. Just exhausting watching Los Angeles play. Halfway through the third period. Sharks just 25-19. Colorado looking for the game's only goal. McKinnon, Lekin, and Natchez. Taves McCarr out there. McKinnon 50% from the dot. Let's see how he does here. More delays. You can hear the reaction. Don't blame them one bit. Yep. McKinnon wins it. Taves for McCarr. Double clutches, lets it go. Save made Forsberg. Rebound was there, and Colorado just can't get to it. Grant Clark went down in front of the Kings net. Lost his stick. Not sure exactly what happened, but we'll take a timeout. 9:57 to go in the third. It remains Kings 0, Avalanche 0. These are the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Hockey's not just a game. It's a clash of sticks. It's sprays of ice and crazy saves. It's slap shots and the scrape of blades. It's an endless series of touch-and-go moments that make you feel alive. Through the highs and lows, you march your way down the long road to the playoffs alongside your team, with your jersey on and your heart on your sleeve, because they couldn't do it without you. And when you're there for your team, the NHL store is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience.
Your business doesn't stop, and neither does Ford. Right now at Phil Long Ford of Denver's Commercial Vehicle Center, pre-order your 2027 Transit, Super Duty, or Expedition today and secure the latest in built Ford tough technology and capability. Or if you need your vehicle right now, save on our remaining 25 and 26 models in stock, ready for immediate delivery. For America's best-selling commercial vehicles from the best dealer, come visit us at Phil Long Ford of Denver's Commercial Vehicle Center on Wadsworth, just south of Hamden, or online anytime at phillongdenver.com.
The only thing better than a cold, crisp, crushable beer? One that's certified carbon neutral, baby. Meet Mountain Time, the beer that makes it easy to look good, feel good, and do good for the planet. That's what we in the biz call a win-win-win. Plus, it's made by New Belgium, right here in our backyard. So I guess that's a win-win-win-win. So cheers to that. Mountain Time Lager, a proud partner of the Colorado Avalanche, and people who like to win-win-win-win while drinking a cold one.
The Stanley Cup playoffs. The Avalanche and Kings on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
.9:57 to go in the third period. Ball Arena, downtown Denver, Colorado. The Avalanche and Kings are scoreless in game number 2. With Alan Baca, Mark Bertinoli, Chris Mitchell. I'm Connor McGahey. Thank you for listening. 11:08 p.m. Mountain Time. McKinnon will take the draw left side of Anton Forsberg, the netminder for the Los Angeles Kings. McKinnon can't win it. Downey has it for Los Angeles off of Marty Natchez, and the Kings will go skyward out to center. Lob deep, Byfield on the hop shot. Save made by Wedgwood, and a good one. Taves for Natchez. Holds it and leaves it for Cale Makar. Kings have time to get back and set up their neutral zone trap. Pass from Makar to McKinnon. He'll wind it in. Makar will pinch and get there first. Behind the net for Natchez. Kings get a stick to it. Natchez centers it. McKinnon winds and fires. Fought off by Forsberg again. Blocker side. Loose puck. Drew Doughty. Near side wall. Taves will pinch. McKinnon got there ahead of Trevor Moore. Down the near side boards. McKinnon holding. Throws it in front. Lekkinen had it just glide underneath his blade. Now Makar keeps it alive. McKinnon trying to get to it. Can't. He's shoved by Mikey Anderson. They trade slashes behind the play. Now it's Trebuchet into the Avalanche zone by Los Angeles. Kulak off the boards. Val Nichushkin stick handling at center ice. Gets around Kempe. Gets the return pass. Nichushkin, a shot blocked. Avs trying to keep it in. They can't. Here comes Cody Ceci the other way. He'll wind it in. And it's Kulak and Parker Kelly. Val Nichushkin getting through a stick check. Bouncing puck. Nelson knocks it down. Trying to get through Brian Dumoulin. And now Panarin charging up ice. 1-on-3 for Los Angeles. Nice stick coming up. But on who? Boy, there's turned into some unlikable characters in this series. Is this Los Angeles or Colorado? Nobody had possession when the whistle blew.
Colorado penalty number 17. 2-minute minor. High sticking.
Oh, yeah. Kelly got the stick right, along the throat of Panarin, and then his stick came up and hit Sam Malinsky. So Kelly will sit. 8:24 to go in the third. Power play for the Kings. They are 0 for 4 so far. This is power play number 5. 4 shots on the previous 4. Face off right side of the ice, right side of Scott Wedgwood. Won by the Kings, Kempe with it. Harassed by Val Nichushkin, able to get it deep, cut off by Brent Burns. Into the corner, stick lifted by Taves. Now Nichushkin has it, shorthanded 2-on-2 with Brock Nelson. Nelson holds up, Nichushkin cuts to the middle. Nichushkin shot off the post. How unlucky are the Colorado Avalanche? My goodness gracious. Forsberg keeps getting beat blocker side, and it keeps hitting the post. That's 3 tonight. Forsberg got actually a piece of that initially, and then it hit the pipe. Wow. Kings bring it back in. Cale Makar will dispossess. He goes through Kopitar and back into the LA zone with 1:14 to go in the Kings power play. 7:35 to go in regulation. No score in game 2. LaFerriere across the blue line. Poked aside, able to get it back, centers it, goes right to Manson. He'll go off the glass. And again, it hit the linesman. That should be in the neutral zone. They say, there's no way it hit you in the neutral zone. They're going to put that back in the Colorado end. Manson cleared it to the neutral zone where it hit the linesman and then went into the Avalanche bench. Referees literally can't get out of anybody's way tonight in more ways than one. Face off in the Colorado zone. 58 seconds to go in the power play. 7:22 to go in the third. Won by the Kings. Back to the point, Andrew Doughty. Panarin down to the corner. Burns pinches, knocked it away. Now Trevor Moore tosses it back for Panarin. Drew Doughty, one-touch feed for Quentin Byfield. At the half wall, Byfield leaves it for Moore in the corner. Gets around Taves, back for Byfield, harassed by Val Nichushkin, overskated by Burns. Trevor Moore throws it back door, wide open, they score. Panarin again. A play that should have been down ice. The faceoff was put in the Colorado zone, and the Kings get another gift and take a 1-0 lead with 6:56 to go in the third period of Game 2. Boy, and Scott Lawton cross-checked Devon Taves down right in front of the net. A missed cross-check in front, and that freed up space for Artemi Panarin. It has been so bad tonight from TJ Luxmore, Trevor Hansen, and the linesman. Taves got a brutal cross-check there from Lawton, and that freed up space for Panarin to shoot and score. The standard has to be better in the NHL overall and in the Stanley Cup playoffs. It just has to be. It's not good enough. To the point, and Doughty through his legs. McKinnon will pick it up. One-on-one with Mikey Anderson. McKinnon towards the net. Shot save made by Forsberg, and it's tossed aside to the near wall. Malinsky trying to keep it in, does. Natchez will get there. Up the middle of the ice, Lehkonen has it swatted the other way. Sent in wide of Wedgwood. Kulak has his stick held. This is thrown into the stands by Los Angeles. And the faceoff will be where? Nobody knows anymore. I don't mean to be that guy, but it's been one of the worst officiated games in a long time in the National Hockey League. And unfortunately, it cost the Avalanche a goal. Landeskog, the face-off to the left of Scott Wedgwood, and we're going to delay again. It's atrocious. Face-off won by the Avalanche. Manson off the glass. Landeskog across the blue line underneath for Kadri. Sent back to center ice. 5:47 left in the third period. That's how long the Avalanche have to tie it up at 1 and force overtime, if not get another one. Again, a 29-save shutout by Anton Forsberg has never shut out the Colorado Avalanche. In his second playoff start ever, Kulak up the far boards. Waugh trying to get there. Kept in by LA off the end wall and off the back of the net. Malinsky escapes Panarin. Into the skates of Landeskog. Across center ice. Now into the King zone. Landeskog gets around Brandt Clark. Landeskog looking to center. Up top for Burns. A shot save made by Forsberg. Swatted at by Kopitar. Stolen by the Avalanche and turned back over. Dumped in by the Kings, 5 minutes left. Burns with it, off the end boards, Malinsky left side circle. Outlets it for Brock Nelson, underneath for Parker Kelly. Does he have some magic? Shot, save made Forsberg, and he makes the follow-up attempt as well as Nelson is rodeoed down to the ice. Moore the other way, Taves throws a hit, knocks Moore aside. Again, the missed cross-check on Devon Taves is what freed up all the space for Artemi Panarin. You have two referees. One has to look at the net front at all times. That did not happen. Short angle shot. Save made by Wedgwood. Kicked loose by Kelly. And now it's Brock Nelson. Bouncing puck along the red line. Drew Doughty sends it in on Wedgwood. He settles it down. And he'll leave it for Taves behind the Avalanche net. 4:15 to go in the third period. Colorado needs some magic. Natchez gets around Lawton. To the blue line. He'll dump it in. Ceci slaps it up the near wall around Malinsky, regrouping as Natchez his side of center. Now Nathan McKinnon gets around 1, gets around 2. He's held high in his own. McKinnon a shot off the inboards, falls for Lehkonen. He's tied up in front. Everything is just on the borderline of a penalty at all times. LA will ice the puck. 3:42 to go in the third. Shots are 31-22 in favor of the Avalanche, for the Kings. The only two goals they've scored in this series have been by Artemi Panarin on the power play. It's very frustrating. Landeskog will take the face-off. Anderson pretending like he had an issue with his equipment, goes to the bench. And now he comes back on. McKinnon can't get the puck off the faceoff win from Landeskog. Taves keeps it alive. Shot towards the net. Thrown in front. Landeskog scores! Oh, Captain! My Captain! With 3:35 to go in the third period. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, this is a tie hockey game. Taves kept it in. It was deflected by Landeskog. Nate just gave it back to Landeskog, who tapped it into a wide-open net. A little bit of a broken play. Pitch and catch between Natchez and Landeskog. And the captain comes in clutch. 1-1 with 3.5 left in regulation. Face off at center ice. Here's public address announcer tonight, Jimmy Luthi.
Let's go! Scored by number 92, Gabriel Landeskog. Assisted by number 88, Martin Natchez. And number 7, Devon Taves.
Natchez and Taves get the helpers. Kings, meanwhile, in the Avalanche end, Valnichushkin. This is freed up for Brock Nelson. Oh, man. Devon Taves had him. This is icing on the Avalanche. Nelson would have been off to the races. Taves just needed to wait a half a second and put it on the money for Nelson instead. It's an icing brought to you by Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store. 5 locations in Colorado. Visit mountainhighappliance.com. So all three of Landeskog, Natchez, and Taves get their first points of the series. Big draw here for Nelson against big Quentin Byfield. 3 minutes on the nose to go in the third period. Kings win it. Dowdy at the far point. Fumbled it for a moment. Taves working on Trevor Moore down low. Taves, one hands it loose. Valnichushkin. Time and space. He'll fling it down ice. This is too strong from Valnichushkin. Back-to-back icings on the Avalanche. It's just 15 seconds in between the two. Nichushkin had plenty of time. He had plenty of options to get to the neutral zone. Instead, looked down ice and powered a backhand. Kopitar against Nelson again. Kopitar 58% tonight. His 18th faceoff. Won by Nelson. Nicely done. McCarr. He holds. He lost it across center ice, and the Avalanche can change. A bouncing puck on the tape of Brant Clark. His side of center gets to the red line through Arturi Lehkonen. And no, they said he didn't get there in time. Clark frustrated. So now it's icing on the Kings and an offensive zone draw for the Avalanche. 2:32 to go in regulation. Chalks are 32-22. Colorado, we are tied at 1. And Aaron on the power play. And then 3.5 minutes later, Landeskog reappeared after a 3-year absence last year in Game 3 versus the Dallas Stars. Scored in that game on home ice. Scored in this Game 2 on home ice to tie it up at 1. Malinsky. Nathan McKinnon will tip it in. Landeskog will go to work. Dowdy backhands it for Mikey Anderson. Malinsky pinches off the boards. McKinnon on the steal. McKinnon stick handling at the Kings line. McKinnon right down the slot. Landeskog fanned on it. Taps it back for Kulak. Frees up Malinsky. Top of the far circle. Shot towards the net. Save made by Forsberg. Batted down by the Kings. McKinnon for Landeskog. Shot save made by Forsberg. He'll hang on. Landeskog and McKinnon and Natchez have been a new trio here in the third period, and it has made a difference for the Colorado Avalanche. .158 to go in regulation. Wall will take the draw. Kadri, Parker Kelly. Brent Burns and Josh Manson on the back end. If the puck ever makes it down to the ice. Finally, it's down. Wall wins it, goes right to LaFerriere. Across the red line, plays it around Josh Manson. Burns will pick up. Burns, right side circle, he motors ahead. Burns, for Nazem Kadri, down the wall, has it stolen. Burns has to try and catch up to Trevor Moore. Now LaFerriere has it stick loose by Parker Kelly. Burns lost a twig. Manson takes it. Burns with a hit. Manson will bail it out towards center ices. Then LaFerriere chops at the ankles of Burns. Almost offside. Kings will dump it in the form of Lawton. Manson with the puck behind his own net. Got away from the forecheck. Now Taves. All the way through. Bouncing puck. Knocked just out of the reach of Brock Nelson. 1:15 to go in regulation. Clark down the near side wall. He's crunched. Dumped in, and now McCarr will take it on his forehand. McCarr around Burns' stick. Over the stick of Lehkonen. Blasted back in by L.A. Puck in that same spot in the far corner. McCarr will settle it down with a minute to go in regulation. McCarr holding. Now Taves across the red line. Taves sends it in left to right. Far side half ball overskated by Kopitar. Now it's Brock Nelson out in front for Valanciushkin. He fanned on the opportunity. Got knocked down to the ice, and Adrian Kempe will take it for the Kings. Kempe now for Panarin. Across the blue line, Panarin holds. Has a man in front, back door, nobody could get a touch to it. Anderson towards the cage, blocked out high. Natchez has it with Nelson. Cale Makar up in the attack. Natchez, stick handling, forced Cale Makar offside. Had he looked up and seen Cale Makar earlier, Makar had speed around the right flank. Natchez needed not make that move at the blue line. It was a 3-on-2 for the Avalanche. What a battle, meanwhile, previous between Burns and LaFerriere. All the whistles back in the first half of the hockey game have disappeared here in the second half. Face-off, one back for Kulak. Malinsky sends it around, right to left, near side half wall. Kings mishandle. Landeskog had it gloved down by LaFerriere. His clearing attempt at the back of Nathan McKinnon. Now Kulak on the steal, trying to get it in, does. Offside on the Avalanche, they tag up. Doughty with it, 5 seconds to go. Kings have the puck in their own zone, sent through LaFerriere, icing on Los Angeles. It says 1.6 left. Let's see if they add any time. It looked like it was a little slow to stop. There is time for a miracle to end this in regulation for Colorado. They're going to check on it right now, and this may take a little bit of video review with the assistance of Toronto. 2.3 seconds is the verdict. McKinnon will take the draw. Left side of the ice, right side of Forsberg. It would have to be perfect. Won by the Kings. We are going to overtime. 1-1 after 3 here at Ball Arena. When we come back, Mark Bertinoli will take over here in Radio 1 in downtown Denver. They'll get you scores and highlights from this game and around the world of sports. We'll have 5-on-5 playoff overtime for you in just about 18 minutes time. But after regulation in Game 2, it's the Avalanche 1 and the Kings 1. You're listening to the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Colorado Avalanche hockey.
Dave Landeskog back deep for Natchez. Holds over the far circle, all the way over for Cale Makar. Back for McKinnon. Lets it go. That's a goal. He scores!
Your Avalanche intermission report is next.
I don't like you because you're dangerous.
On the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Where does a journey to wellness begin? Do you start looking for diet ideas? Or searching for exercise plans? Actually, you don't have to look far. Just look to the first 2 letters of the word wellness. We means you don't have to figure it out yourself. It means your hopes and challenges are a perfect match for our knowledge and resources. It means anything you want to achieve, together, we can achieve better. Because wellness begins with we. Intermountain Health, the power of we.
Rep the A.
Anxious will steal it away to his left, and Nathan McKinnon down the boards into the circle. McKinnon at the hash marks up top for Taves. Manson available. Manson lets it go. Thrown in front, tucked in by McKinnon. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
And stop by the Altitude Athletics team store at Ball Arena for official Avalanche gear and accessories. Or shop online anytime at altitudeathletics.com for the latest styles all season long.
All Copy Products is a one-stop shop for all your office technology needs. Whether you're looking for a brand new office copier, state-of-the-art espresso machine, or for professional help with your IT environment, All Copy Products is devoted to helping you overcome your everyday workplace challenges and focus more on your core business. Find out how All Copy Products can help your company maximize its efficiency with their award-winning service today by visiting www.allcopyproducts.com.
Hi, it's Chris and Amy from Rock Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Our favorite cave customer, Flint's twin cave babies, are grown quickly, just like the sprouting spring flowers.
To keep his cave running smoothly, Flint scheduled a whole home plumbing inspection with Rock, trusted by Colorado families for 25 years.
You can ensure your plumbing is spring ready and enjoy rock solid peace of mind by scheduling an inspection today. Visit rockheating.com.
Rock, bringing comfort home and simplifying your life.
Avalanche Intermission continues now on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Welcome, along with Connor McGahey and Alan Baca and Jesse Trujillo and Chris Mitchell. I'm Mark Bertinoli, and we are coming to you live from the press level of Ball Arena here in downtown Denver, Colorado. And this is your overtime intermission report. That's right, we've got probably the best thing in sports, sudden death overtime hockey coming up here in a matter of 12 minutes time. So here's what's going to happen. Here during our intermission, I'll tell you about everything else that went on in the world of sports. Every other sporting event in North America is over. We had some crazy games tonight. But let's listen to the highlights from this contest. This game has been wild. This game has been weird and wild and woolly. And despite there just being one goal from each team, this game has been kind of crazy. In the first period, there was a lot of chippiness, a lot of action, but no goals. We were not up at zeros. And then in the second period, we had something that has only happened 2 other times in the playoff history of the Colorado Avalanche, and that is a penalty shot for the opposing team. The Avs were on a power play in the second period, but Cale Makar was called for hooking on Quentin Byfield's breakaway, a shorthanded breakaway, and so we had this.
Byfield for a short-handed penalty shot. Goodness me. Picks it up at center ice, swings wide left into the circle. Byfield holding, backhander. Oh! Save made by Wedgwood! Great Scott! Justice is served! Cue the wedgie chance.
Scott Wedgwood stops the penalty shot. So in the Avs franchise history, they have stopped 2 of the 3 penalty shots against them in the playoffs. That one was a great save by Wedgwood. Matter of fact, it was so great, you might be asking yourself, how come this game is going into overtime at 11:30 at night? Well, it's because we had a massive stoppage in the second period, because the Avs fans got a little excited about that game, that penalty shot save by Wedgwood. They were banging on the glass behind the Kings bench and shattered a pane of glass. So we had a 20-minute stoppage as the ice crew got it all cleaned up, got a new pane of glass put in there, and then back at it we go. Nobody scored in the second, though, so we head to the third, knotted up at zeros. And it would be late in the third when we got our first goal of this game. The Kings went on the power play and did this.
Trevor Moore throws it back door, wide open, they score. Panarin again. A play that should have been down ice. The faceoff is put in the Colorado zone, and the Kings get another gift and take a 1-0 lead with 6:56 to go in the third period of Game 2.
Panarin with his second power play goal of this series, and he gives the LA Kings the 1-0 lead with minutes to go in regulation, but that's all right, because the Colorado Avalanche come down to equalize, and it's the captain.
McKinnon can't get the puck off the faceoff win from Landeskog. Taves keeps it alive. Shot towards the net. Thrown in front. Landeskog scores! Oh, captain! My captain! With 3:35 to go in the third period. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, this is a tie hockey game.
Landeskog from Natchez and Taves at 16:25. We are tied at 1, and we are going to sudden death overtime here at Ball Arena. Right now, the Avs are out shooting the Kings 34-22 face-off win percentage, 51.5 for LA, 48.5 for Colorado. And the Kings are 1 for 5 on the power play. The Avs are 0 for 3, and we're heading to OT. We will roll on with your intermission report after a quick timeout right here on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
When your project demands safety, reliability, and skilled craftsmanship, hire a contractor backed by IBEW Local 68. Our electricians complete over 10,000 hours of training, deliver industry-leading safety performance, and bring the expertise needed for commercial, industrial, and renewable energy projects across Colorado. Build with confidence, build with the best. Find a union electrical contractor at IBEW68.com/contractors. IBEW Local 68, powering Colorado's future.
When you're hurt, your case isn't just about the law. It's about the medicine. I'm Dr. Joseph Ramos, emergency medicine physician and attorney. I know how injuries happen, how they impact your life, and how to prove it in court. Don't let your case be a guessing game. Ramos Law, the only firm led by a medical doctor and attorney. Come experience the doctor-lawyer difference.
Rep the A.
Natchez will steal it away to his left, and Nathan McKinnon down the boards into the circle. McKinnon at the hash marks up top for Taves. Manson available. Manson lets it go. Thrown in front, tucked in by McKinnon. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
And stop by the Altitude Athletics team store at Ball Arena for official Avalanche gear and accessories. Or shop online anytime at altitudeathletics.com for the latest styles all season long.
Hi, it's Chris and Amy from Rock Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Our favorite cave customer, Flint's twin cave babies, are grown quickly, just like the sprouting spring flowers.
To keep his cave running smoothly, Flint scheduled a whole home plumbing inspection with Rock, trusted by Colorado families for 25 years.
You can ensure your plumbing is spring ready and enjoy rock solid peace of mind by scheduling an inspection today. Visit rockheating.com.
Rock, bringing comfort home and simplifying your life.
Avalanche intermission continues now on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to your intermission report, where the Avs and Kings are tied at 1, and we're headed to the first overtime, hopefully the only overtime, but we will see. All right, scores around the world of sports. In the NHL, there was 3 other games on the ice. The Canadiens and Lightning went to overtime. This is the second game in a row. They started the series with 2 overtime games. This time, though, it was the Lightning winning it in overtime as Tampa gets the 3-2 winner over Montreal, and now that series is tied up at a game apiece, going to Montreal for Game 3. The Boston Bruins scored one of the wildest playoff goals I've ever seen. A Morgan Geekie backhand from center ice that Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen misplayed and ended up in the back of the net. Bruins win Game 2 against the Sabres in Buffalo, 4-2, so the Bruins steal home ice away from the Buffalo Sabres, and that series goes to Boston for Game 3. The Mammoth were in Vegas to take on the Golden Knights, and guess what? That series is now tied up in a game apiece as Utah steals home ice from Vegas as the Mammoth get the 3-2 win as Logan Cooley scores the late third period game winner in that one. So They split the 2 games in Vegas, and now they head to Utah. This is the first Stanley Cup playoff win in Utah Mammoth history. So that one happened tonight. Over in the NBA, there were 3 playoff games tonight. All 3 are final. And the Sixers bounced back and beat the Celtics 111-97. So Philadelphia evens up that series at a game apiece. It's now heading back to Philadelphia for game 3. Victor Wembanyama injured himself in game 2 against the Blazers. It's official now. The Spurs have come out and said that he has a concussion. He had an awkward fall and landed headfirst on the floor. The Blazers upset the Spurs 106-103. That series is tied up 1 game apiece. And the LA Lakers just beat the Houston Rockets 101-94. The Lakers have a 2-0 series lead over Houston as that series now switches to Houston. LeBron James had 28 points in the contest to lead the Lakers. In Major League Baseball, down the street, the Rockies were taking on the San Diego Padres, and the Padres beat the Rockies 1-0. It's the Rockies' first 1-0 home loss in 20 years. They haven't lost 1-0 at Coors Field since 2006. In our game, it's tied 1-1 and going to overtime. Connor McGahee. Next, right here on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
You know you can't watch all your favorite sports without a beer and a brat. Hi, it's Francisco from Ryan House on 14th and Market. Denver sports fans catch all the football, hockey, and basketball at Ryan House. All the action is on 30 big screen TVs. Enjoy House League German brats, house-made pretzels, and dozens of beers from local breweries and all the best German brewers. Ryan House is your home for the home teams. Ryan House, before, during, and after the games at 14th and Market near Ball Arena. Let's go.
This joyful sound is the No More Chemo bell at Intermountain Health St. George Hospital. And it means that Sarah Parker beat cancer. It also means her doctor spotted it early enough to treat, and that her oncologist helped her fight it every step of the way. It means that her nurse helped her keep track of medicines, and that a case manager made the whole experience just a little bit easier. Every time we hear that bell, it reminds us that all things are possible when we work together. It reminds us of the power of we. Intermountain Health.
All Copy Products is a one-stop shop for all your office technology needs. Whether you're looking for a brand new office copier, state-of-the-art espresso machine, or for professional help with your IT environment, All Copy Products is devoted to helping you overcome your everyday workplace challenges and focus more on your core business. Find out how All Copy Products can help your company maximize its efficiency with their award-winning service today by visiting www.allcopyproducts.com.
Winter is histo. Did your home get through it okay? Mark Mosher here. You need to find out. That's where my friends at Rock Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical come in. Don't worry about faucets that start leaking, that AC unit that won't run correctly, or the breaker on the fritz. Schedule a home inspection with Rock today and get peace of mind that your home is going to be just right when the warmer weather stays. They've been serving the South Metro for 25 years. They're the best, and that's why they're my go-to. Schedule today online at rockheating.com. That's ROCK heating.com. Rock, bringing comfort home and simplifying your life.
Need a goal. All I want is one break.
It's time for overtime on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Start of overtime, Ball Arena, downtown Denver, Colorado. The Avalanche and Kings are tied at 1. Lehkonen in his career, two overtime goals in the playoffs. McKinnon has 2. Kadri, Kiviranta, Landeskog, McCarr, Manson, and Waugh all have 1. Avs in burgundy and blue, left to right in overtime. The Kings white, black, and silver, the opposite direction. Byfield, you guessed it, against Brock Nelson at center ice. Puck is down and is dropped improperly. Takes off 1, back for Mikey Anderson. And now it's chopped at by the Avalanche. Behind the net, Colorado loses it. Nelson sends it ahead. Valanchuk off the wall for Parker Kelly. Around Mikey Anderson. Chased down by Drew Doughty. Hit thrown by Nichushkin. Puck gets through him. And now Byfield sends it ahead. Knocked down by Brett Kulak. He recovers. Off the wall. Valanchuk has it. 2-on-2. Nichushkin held. Nichushkin towards the net. Wraparound try. Nope. Doesn't get it away. Keeps it high in the zone. Valanchuk still with it. Nichushkin, far side circle. Behind the net. Lost it. Crunched into the boards by Mikey Anderson. Parker Kelly couldn't help out. Anderson will take it back. 45 seconds into overtime. Anderson dumps it around. Cale Makar with it. Off the heel of his stick. Centering feed. One-timer Edmondson. That's way off the mark. Kempe, the loose change. Centering feed blocked. Makar can't get to it. Kempe has it broken up twice. 3 times, and the 4th attempt goes wide. Off the wall, past Panarin. Back for Brant Clark in the neutral zone. You just don't see Cale Makar mishandle a puck like that. Taves off the boards. Natchez was trying to fly the zone. Dumped back in by Brant Clark. Kings were offside. Panarin still hasn't made it out of the zone. He heads to the bench. Taves gets around Lawton. Makar for Nazem Kadri. Near side boards, Kadri fishes it deep. Landeskog tied the game with 3.5 to go in the 3rd period. He loses it. Lawton across the red line. Lawton far side. Lawton cuts to the middle. Shot misses. Stick side on Wedgwood. Pool cue to the neutral zone by Landeskog. Fired back in by Los Angeles. Burns trying to get their first. Armia arrives. Behind the net, Manson got turned around by Wright to the point in Dumoulin. He fumbles it, gets it deep. Burns turns it back up the wall. That's blocked. Kadri into space. Another turnover. Backhander. Save made by Wedgwood, and he covers up. Somehow Wedgwood didn't have a blade. At 4th line for Los Angeles, creating chaos as there were a couple of defensive miscues by Burns and Manson. No harm done. Defensive zone draw with 17:57 to go in overtime. Faceoff will be to the right of Wedgwood. Makar back out there with Taves, Lehkonen, McKinnon, and Natchez. Kopitar for the Kings. 105th playoff game. McKinnon wins the draw. Sent ahead by Makar. Gloved down by Edmondson. Lehkonen pinches. Puck rolls for Panarin. Lets it go off the stick and wide. Makar tries to poke it down the wall. Does. Natchez into the path to McKinnon. 2-on-2 with Arturi Lehkonen. McKinnon down the middle of the zone. Now works his way to the point. Shot broken up. Natchez back for Taves. He's got Cale Makar near side circle. Makar shot. It's off a body and saved by Forsberg. Makar forces the pass for Natchez. Goes to Panarin. Kempe will get to the red line and dump it in. Again, had the Kings not gotten in front of that one, Makar would have had it clean in. Taves for Makar near side of the Avalanche zone. Tipped in by Jack Drury. O'Connor trying to track it down. Doughty up and not out. Kept in. O'Connor below the goal line. Drury trying to get there. Anderson quickly up. Chopped at by Moore. Rolling puck through the neutral zone. Kulak off the boards. Malinsky has it taken by Byfield. Byfield a shot. Glove save made by Wedgwood. Great Scott! Best chance for the Kings. Probably 5-on-5 in this game. And Scott Wedgwood more than equal to the task. Hangs onto it with his mitt. 16:54 to go in overtime. Kulak, Malinsky will stay out there. Nelson. Parker Kelly. Valanchuk. If somebody dropped the puck. Yes, agreed. Face-off won by the Avalanche. Malinsky, bottom of the circle in his own zone. Valanchuk through center ice. Down the wall, lost it, able to get it back. Here's Brett Kulak, near side circle. Kulak wants to center it. Stick handles to the corner. Kulak trying to get loose. Brock Nelson behind the Kings net. Pinched up against the boards by Mikey Anderson. Puck comes free for a moment. Byfield got to it. Into space. Valanchuk sneaks in front of Drew Doughty to the point. Malinsky powers it back end, back down the wall. Chopped towards the net. And this is sent to center by Mikey Anderson. Byfield will send it in on Scott Wedgwood. Walks it to the corner. Kulak, shoulder to shoulder with Byfield. It comes free for a moment, back into the crowd. Now Malinsky ahead for Val Nichushkin, Parker Kelly. Back for Nichushkin across the red line. He'll dump it in. The Avalanche need fresh legs. 4 minutes gone in overtime. Dumoulin, near side circle. Stumbled for a moment, gets it around Landeskog as Cody Ceci powers it ahead. Stolen by Kadri. Landeskog ran into the pile. Kadri almost had plenty of room the other way. Avs back in their own end. Brent Burns all the way through for Landeskog. No icing as Ceci reels it in. Arcs it to center off the ankle of Jeff Malott. Kadri the steal, and this is offside on the Kings. Good back check there from Nazem Kadri. Probably the best shift that he has had tonight. OT is not an unfamiliar place to the Kings. They went to overtime, an NHL record 33 times this season. And they lost in overtime 20 times. The previous record was the Boston Bruins, who went to overtime 30 times. But those extra points are what helped get the Kings into the 2026 Stanley Cup playoffs. This is sent around. Kiviranta watches the puck line through center ice. Rifled back in by the Kings. Burns for Manson. Settles it down. Manson ahead for Logan O'Connor. Interesting choice there. This is icing on the Avs. That was waist high and moving at about 92 miles an hour from the Avs zone for Logan O'Connor, who is still about 8 yards shy of the red line. Even if he touched it, it still would have been icing on the Avs. Kopitar out there for a big draw against Jack Drury. Wins it back for Edmondson. He sends it behind the net. Panarin trying to escape Brent Burns. Panarin up the near boards. Burns stays with him. Panarin still with it. Able to get it deep. Kiviranta to the steal. Burns trying to flip it out. Does. O'Connor has it fall behind him. Puck rolls barely across the blue line. Avs are changing. And the Kings head the other way. Panarin holding. Sticked aside by Manson. Panarin centering feed is kicked loose. Lehkonen with it. He's got Natchez here. 2-on-2 through the neutral zone. Drop pass for Natchez. Into the Kings end. Natchez still with it. Throws on the brakes looking for help. Natchez plays it back to the neutral zone. Avoiding hits from both Kopitar and Panarin, who can't get off the ice. Taves for McKinnon. He sends it in off the skate of Mikey Anderson. Clark off the boards. McKinnon pinches. Picked up by Taves down the slot, and his shot is blocked. Makar steps up. Keeps it alive. Makar. Natchez. He's got room. Backdoor McKinnon. It's blocked. Wide open net, and McKinnon had his one-timer never even get to Anton Forsberg. What a pass. McKinnon had it right there, and Brandt Clark saved the game for the Kings. Taves sends it in over the head of Anton Forsberg. Anderson. LaFerriere into the Avalanche zone. Forces it wide. Kulak will follow him to the far boards. Trevor Moore gets away from Malinsky. Near side circle. Now behind the net. LaFerriere. Lost it for a moment. Has it back off the boards. Doughty lets it go. Blocked by Parker Kelly. Cross center ice. Dumoulin for Doughty. Scott Lawton at the Avalanche line. Hold it. Looking for a shot. Lets it go. Misses. Landeskog can't get there. Ceci has it at the far point. Rims it around. Val Nichushkin has it stolen by Armia. His shot is blocked. Landeskog has to chop at it. Stays in the Avalanche end. Kulak, part of a four-car pileup below the goal line. Malinsky, helped out by Landeskog, turns it ahead for Brock Nelson. Colorado can't clear the zone. Malinsky dead tired here. Kings are able to change. Malott into the corner. 13 minutes to go in overtime. Shot blocked. Brock Nelson has it. Over for Val Nichushkin. That misses. And now Landeskog again the steal. He's run over. Puck is free in front of the Kings bench. Now works right in front of Eric Johnson, working tonight for ESPN. Nick Waugh the steal. Waugh brings it himself into the Kings zone. Waugh down to the corner. Looking for two overtime winners in his playoff career. To the point. Shot blocked again. Manson let it go. Keeps it alive. Kadri down Deep one-timer, shot tipped wide. That chance from Kiviranta. Burns a try. That's tipped over the top of Anton Forsberg. Kadri the rebound. Far side half wall, tucks underneath. Manson lets it go. Tip, rebound, score! Wow! It's Nicholas Waugh's second overtime winner, and you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here because this party is over. Down but never out. Colorado trailed in this hockey game with 7 minutes to go in regulation. Landeskog tied it, and Nicholas Waugh gets the OT winner. Final score, late night in downtown Denver, Colorado. For the second straight game, it's Colorado 2 and the Kings 1. The Avs will take a 2-0 series lead tomorrow to Los Angeles. Here's Jimmy Luthi. Kadri and Manson set up Nicholas Waugh, who was on the doorstep for the rebound. It's a backhander that goes past the left side of Anton Forsberg. And on a night where there were a ton of struggles, Colorado finds a way to get their second win of the series. Here are the three stars. Once again, Jimmy Luthi.
Stars of the game presented by Williams Jewelers. Tonight's number 3 star from Los Angeles, number 31, Anton Forsberg.